Hello.
Hello, Mr. Rohir.
Hey. What's up?
David.
Hello, guys.
John.
Good to have you back, David. How was work?
Unfortunately, I'm not at the time and point in my life where I don't have to work yet, so, work is work. What can I say, I'm a carpenter, and I had put in a bunch of some exterior and some interior doors for a lady, and apparently because of the weather and stuff, one of the exterior doors, it wasn't really latching correctly. And so what I had to end up doing was going over there and, to make a long story short, just adjusting it for her. And then while I was there, she was showing me some other stuff that she might want me to do in the future and stuff. So, I guess it had to be done,
Yeah.
So,
Puts food on the table, right?
I don't think she was understood if I told her that she was interrupting.
Lady, don't you know I could be pretending to be an elf right now?
Right.
Come
on. Exactly. So, sorry about that, guys. I did want to be here, but hey,
it's cool.
Real life happens, right?
Yeah.
I'm afraid I won't be here next week because it's fun for me, of course, but I got a birthday for a party from a friend coming up, so.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it's better than having to miss it for work, but well.
Yeah. At least you have a fun reason.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did get a chance to put up all the recent Kizzen powers, so those are up on the forums.
Okay.
You guys want to check those out?
Yeah.
With John, you were asking questions about lifting. I didn't get a chance to check that out with it because you have an obscene amount of dots, and you're going to get more. So,
yeah.
Yeah. This campaign is a little bit different for me. That's kind of, I guess, what I was talking about, the superhero aspect, because I'm giving you guys powers fast and furious.
Yeah.
And it's not like a slow build up. It's like, holy crap, something's happening to me. I can rip Robot's head off with my bare hands,
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking of lifting because it's possible, like, I don't know, that I could have picked the robot up or something like that, and knowing the limitations of the numbers or the dots would help me narrate it a little bit better.
I'm guessing that would probably be under the strength. Or maybe it's athletics. I don't know. Yeah, I'm guessing strength or athletics would be a good place to check for that. Do you have the copy of the New World of Darkness book or PDF?
I have the PDF. I think Kirsty sent it to me.
Yeah, maybe. While
I'll check it up. Yeah.
Yeah, look under like athletics and strength and.
I only asked the next. I assumed you guys knew it so well. But, you guys would be like, "Girl, she's just fighting 3,000 pounds."
Page.
This is actually I think this is the only second time I've run New World of Darkness. I ran a Changeling the Lost campaign that totally blew up in my face. So yeah.
All right.
This is
I played in the Gentleman Gamers BioShock, so that was my first introduction to the New World of Darkness. He used New World of Darkness rules for that. But that's it. I've never played any New World of Darkness games.
Oh.
It's under strength on page 47.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Awesome, thanks.
Rescue.
Yeah. Lifting and moving objects involve brute force, might over matter. In some cases, however, stamina plays a part. Power allows alone doesn't have immediate effect, but power combined with the endurance to apply it does. All people can accumulate feats of strength in momentary effort. Oh yeah, so they work together, right? Depending on their muscle mass. Working together, people can combine their might to accomplish tasks. Add all participants' strength score and refer to the chart below to gauge what can be moved just by spending an action. No strength roll is necessary. To exceed this limit, a strength plus stamina roll is required.
Okay.
with successes achieving added to your character's strength score to determine what kind of task he can accomplish. So it kind of, what's your strength at this point? And
well, 7 is what we're.
7. Oh, there you go. So overturn a small car, 900 pounds.
900. Okay, cool. I'll use that as my basis. That's without exertion. So.
Yeah, that's without using your Kizun powers too.
I also have weightlifting, which says I can lift 1 level higher.
Oh, there you go. So then you go to lift a motorcycle, 1,000 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah. Have fun with that, John.
I'm a small Asian who can pick up 1,000 pounds. I got this. No problem.
You know, if your truck breaks down, you just pick up and move on.
I got this, guys.
Yeah.
I'm here, by the way.
Oh, there you are. Okay, cool.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Time to kill last of the Gylans, I guess.
That's the plan, anyway.
Yes, well, yeah. Like I said, we should have done forever ago. You idiots don't listen to me.
Well, we did kind of kill him.
Well, the one is vivisected on the table. He's just not dead. And the clone has a hole in the side of his head, and
I didn't even remember the doctor doing that. I didn't know. Then again, I was unconscious, so that's fine.
You just went, I have ripped the head off a robot. I am going to sleep now.
Yeah.
The rest
Pounding
of
your chest like,
I have made my contribution. Everything else is your problem.
Is there anything you guys have questions about before we start?
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
The mono blades that the Gungeon use,
Mm-hmm.
are those power sources, or are they just like some sort of weird combination of metals?
They are not powered. Vibro daggers are.
Right. That makes sense.
But the Gungeon blades are they are one molecule, like that's the edge. Like it's just a single line of molecules at the very end of the blade. So it's just very, very exact.
Very sharp, yeah.
Yeah.
And my other question was the blasters or rifles or guns.
Okay.
They're not. Are they? Those are all like plasma energy.
Some of them are.
Or are they slug throwers or?
There are some regular like pistols, like we would call them, or revolvers, etc.
Yeah.
I think in what thread was that? Guns and armor thread. I tried to list what they did. Like damage type impact, that would be like a normal slug.
Okay.
And then I guess it should say energy, damage type energy, that would be like plasma.
Right.
So yeah, and the plasma stuff would probably burn through a hull if it hit it the right way. That's why I mentioned with when Rohir's character shot the side of the head of the Giant, and it burned through the wall, and it didn't break the hull. It didn't poke a hole in the ship. So, but the possibility was there. So keep that in mind.
That would have been an oops.
If he did turn to it, oops. That would be like,
Oops, we all died.
I'm getting sucked out the hole.
As to you, David, and your character, everyone was pretty much sleeping, and they had woken up. Mm-hmm. I think Bryce was the last one to wake up. But I'm just going to say that your character pretty much stayed sleeping.
He was meditating.
Yeah, he was meditating.
There is something here we could do. Everyone else had to do a flashback scene from some point in their character's life. I'll leave it to you. Would you like to do that at the beginning of the session or the end of the session?
Well, is the flashback supposed to tie into why we're here together?
It doesn't have to. The whole thing is just if there's a period in your character's life that you want to flesh out a little bit more, or you want to see up on the big screen sort of played out. The only trick is that you're the sort of GM of your own background, and the characters are all played by the other characters. I'll jump in if like someone's in the bathroom or something and they're supposed to talk, or if you have some random setting question. But most of the time, you just designate or ask who wants to play what part.
Okay, I kind of get it. Okay.
So
All right,
everyone was sort of thrown off the, they're like, whoa, how's this work, last time? But everyone seemed to have a good time with it, so.
I loved it because I got to play a bunch of one-shot random wacky people that do not work as PCs, but were awesome.
Okay.
I love how you brought that to him. I thought you were going to give him the option, you want to do it or not, but you just went like, you want to do it at the beginning or at the end?
Yeah, I thought that too. Oh, okay, cool.
No.
Give you choices and no. You do it.
Actually, save it for last, and I definitely will do it. I won't let it slip by. I'll if it's getting close to time, I'll say, hey Tim, do you still want me to do this? So, and that'll give me a little bit of time to kind of jot some notes down, and then that way I can at least have a kind of an outline of what I want to do and have you guys do, because I have a certain amount of background or a certain part dealing with his background, but it's not a whole lot. So so that's fine. If that's okay for me to do it later, sure.
Yeah, well, I'll try to save like I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes at the end.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right. I will be ready for the challenge. Okay.
Okay, so I think let's try to sum up where everyone is right now. I believe that currently Bryce is trying to like break into the system, try to get the system.
Old thing where Pawn is trying to get her out somehow.
Well, the last that we saw with Bryce, he had jammed his hand into the virtual version of Pawn's mouth, and he had got access to the computers. I believe he told me in the email that he wanted to try to reroute the ability to get into the system from Jylan Wraith, so that he lock him out sort of. So he said that's what he's going to be, since he's not here today. That's what Bryce is going to be trying to do. I believe the captain and Theo, you guys are going to the cockpit, right?
With guns.
What's that?
Are basically storming the bridge with guns.
Okay.
That's where last Jylan is.
Then, so Kazuko is going to wake up in his quarters in the barracks. And then we have the doc and can't think of your name right now.
Long is passed out.
Yeah, Longveer.
No, the doctor and I had just had our little discussion over we weren't going to discuss our powers.
Yeah, because he just basically reattached your nose.
He put my nose back on and completely healed me.
With just a touch.
With a touch. Which is fairly awesome.
Okay, so let's see here. Well, let's go to Kazuko then, because
because he's waking up, so let's get him into the action somehow.
Okay, so have I heard explosions or sounds of gunfire or
actually
all the above?
You wake up and your back is sore. You must have been sleeping the wrong way. Okay. Nothing. All the sounds that had went on previously didn't wake you up for some reason.
Oh wow! Okay.
So
now,
you wake up and you don't hear anybody in the surrounding barracks at the moment. It's pretty quiet actually.
So actually, it's too quiet. So maybe that's why I woke up.
Maybe.
So he'll sit up abruptly, in the cot, and actually he'll bang his head because it's a bunk bed, So he'll bang his head on the bottom of the bank above him, and kind of curse to himself. And Kazuko he'll stand up slowly and look around, and it's totally very dark in the sleeping quarters at this time, and he's kind of peering through the shadows and kind of looking around as he's gathering his thoughts about what has happened, in the recent past, and with the jolt, he kind of remembers that, hey, I've got these something weird's going on with me physically, and potentially with if it's happening to me, it may be happening also to the other crew members as well. And I don't know. I'm not sure if that's something that I want to just bring up. It could be a very sensitive topic, and because of some of the events that have happened in his past, he's very hesitant to open up about things of that nature because they've pretty much risen up and bitten him, in the past, which is why he's kind of in the situation he is here, and we'll touch upon that later.
So Kazuko, you're just waking up, and it's a very surreal and bizarre experience that happens. You hear Bryce's voice in your head saying, he has taken over the ship. Jylin, one of the clones.
What? Okay. All right. It's very strange. Okay.
He is in the cockpit.
Okay. All right. I'll get up then and rush out into the corridor, and I'll see if there's any way if I can also, as weird as it is, think back to answer Bryce and see if he responds. I'll think back. Can you hear me? Where are you? Am I dreaming?
There's no response from Bryce.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, okay. So, am I going insane or what? Kazuko looks up and down the corridor, still sees no one, hears nothing, which is kind of odd. But he will tentatively head towards the cockpit, and
you basically have to head towards the back of the ship.
There's
some stairs that lead upwards towards the deck.
Okay.
Probably as you get there, you see the hindquarters of the captain and Theo running up the steps. So
okay, they're ahead of me. Okay,
get you guys together that way.
Okay, all right. I'll yell out to them. What's going on, and see if they respond as they're running up the stairs.
I yell back, turn around, or turn my head around as I'm still running forward, and yell back, Jylin has been cloned and is trying to kill us. I told you we should have killed him. I never let you live that down that you didn't just murder him.
Theo glance.
Murder everyone, then we won't have these problems.
Theo will glance back at you and say, grab a pistol and join. Come on. We gotta get him off this ship.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I knowing that I really am not a pistolier of any sort, and because I really still can't believe that the man that I talked to previously, why he would all of a sudden go on a murderous rampage of some sorts. I just find it kind of hard to believe, but there's still the fact that they keep saying his clone, So I don't grab anything. I keep following.
Okay. Let's go back to the med lab then, as you guys are all on the stairs there. It's Longbeer and the doctor, and go.
All right, I'm gonna go check the cloning device to see if it doesn't spit out any more of them.
You did power it down, so at the moment that's impossible.
Yeah, well, I'll check it thoroughly.
Are you gonna turn it back on?
No. I'm just checking it first. Like, okay, is it completely powered down? Is there no way for it to get power or anything?
It's still plugged in. So I guess, there might be a possibility of something strange going on there. Maybe.
Would it lose its content if I unplug it?
Why don't you give me an intelligence plus computer roll?
All right. Let's see. Intelligence 3, and my computer magnificence is 4. Yeah. That's 2 successes, which one is a 10, 3 successes.
Okay. You are pretty sure that everything is backed up in some sort of device, regardless whether it's powered up or powered down, so you think it should be fine.
All right, then I unplug it. So
Okay.
I take it off of standby.
That works. There's no lights now at all. You have the shattered glass all over the top of it on the floor where you shot the plasma bolt through it. There's a hole in the med-lab wall where the plasma continued to go.
Okay. I'll ask over the intercom if everybody's all right.
You attempt to use the intercom, and it does not work now.
Damn. I look at LV number or Longveer. You okay?
While you were walking, checking out the stuff and turning off the machine, Longbeard had gotten up and wiped his face off, and he was heading towards his workstation. He turns back and says, "I'm fine, Doctor. Thanks."
The intercom seems to be offline. Should we go and check if everybody's all right?
I think that's a good idea. I'm going to change out of this outfit and grab a weapon and then head up there.
All right. I see if there are not any liquids or stuff leaking into places that can cause malfunctions or stuff or corrupt data.
Okay. What do you find?
I guess everything's pretty much taken care of and stuff. So I just wipe a couple of things, which comes unnatural to me. But well, I don't want stuff to break down and. Can the door actually be locked of sorts?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Oh, nice. Okay, then I make sure I have the things that I need to lock the door when we leave it, and I look at the body and look at Long and say, "What do you think? Too dangerous to keep alive?"
When you look over, you see a completely naked Longbear slipping on the stealth suit. I look back and say, you're pointing at the dead body, the human?
Well, the one that's being kept alive by machines.
I believe at this time we should probably turn him off life support.
Yeah. I throw the button, like, click.
One thing that you notice is that the heart and lungs seem to be functioning even though they shouldn't be.
Then I take out the heart. Like, there we go.
Okay, everything stops after a few seconds.
You are very proficient, Doctor.
Oh, it's good to know how a body works so you can know how to shut it down. I kind of place the heart on like a completely separate place where the body is, like it doesn't crawl back or anything. And I put like a little thing over it, like, there you go. That keeps it down.
As you finish doing that, Longbear, you see him come towards you, strapping on the blade that was the assassin's. I can't remember his name. Sorry.
Jylan.
Jylan's blade onto his back and says, "I'm ready, Doctor."
Nice. Let's go. I make sure my gun is loaded and ready, and let's go find him.
Okay, so back on the stairs. You guys I guess you're all heading up, correct?
Yeah, yep.
Is there anything you're saying as you're heading up the stairs?
I asked the captain, I say, "Clone, what do you mean clone? Why has he been cloned?"
Because our machine is insane. Like on this bloody ship. Also, Pawn has disappeared.
There must have been some sort of malfunction with the data input the second that we put in the flesh import.
Does the doctor know about this?
It's in his lab. He probably does. Hopefully he's not... He was not dead last time I saw him, and he had apparently just blown the most recent clone's head off. So he seems to be handling himself.
How did I miss all of this? What? Oh, okay. This is all very confusing. I really don't understand.
All you need to understand is there's a Jylin in the bridge that we need to kill.
I lost you.
That's all I really understand at this point. I'm almost as confused as you.
I missed.
I just know my mission is go there, kill this dude before he kills any of us.
Theo gets a bad sensation in his gut. Something bad is about to happen.
I freeze.
Oh,
I freeze in place, almost like a deer in the headlights, and
and stop.
Something is coming.
Okay, Tim. I have a danger sense.
Oh, okay. Then I guess you have a very similar. You have a tingling sensation on the back of your neck, as if someone's blowing on it. Something strange is afoot.
Okay.
I don't like the feel of this. I don't know why, but something doesn't feel right here.
How far are we away from the? We're going to the bridge. Where are we going to?
Yeah, you're going up the stairs. Trying to get into the third. The upper
okay, so we're actually still on the stairway heading.
Yeah, you've probably you've been coming up the first. I don't know what you would call that, like the first tier
level.
Yeah, you're on the landing and about to make the left turn to continue up the second set of stairs up. So you haven't made that turn yet, and right when you're about to make that turn, you got that feeling.
Okay. Does it appear as though a lot of the systems are down? I mean, is everything dark all around us, or what's the environment kind of?
Right now, there are lights.
Okay.
The intercom looks like there's no lights on it. However, looks like it's been shut off.
Okay. All right. So I freeze as well, and kind of try to peer through or peer ahead to see, what's going on.
Okay. So you're like sort of peering around the edge there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your defense? I'll give you a bonus.
Okay.
Since you're not exposed.
Okay. My defense is 3.
Okay, I'll pretend like it's 5. You get the wall there.
Okay. All right.
As plasma fire erupts above on the top of the stairs towards you.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, there's a couple 10s.
Okay, so I need
All
to...
right. Do you have any sort of tricks in your bag to? I don't.
Let's see here. Other than weapon dodge is not ranged, I don't believe.
No, I think that's.
Yep, brawling dodge is melee as well, and athletics. That's it.
All right. A plasma bolt comes flying and sears like your forehead as you are peering around the bend. Wow. You see Zixon, the pilot, has 2 look like handheld plasma guns, and he's firing them in your direction. It seemed as soon as he saw movement, he targeted.
Okay.
What the hell is our pilot doing with guns?
There's a strong smell of ozone in the air. The wall is crackling and melting where the plasma bolt hit.
Okay. That ain't good.
Geez, now he sent the pilot bot after us? Great.
I didn't even know the pilot had guns. Why does the pilot have guns? That's like my constant refrain. Why does the pilot have guns? Well, we can't shoot him because none of us know how to fly this damn thing. So how do we disable him?
Okay, at this point, Longveer and the doc are probably behind you on the stairs.
Okay.
Well, nice of you two to join the party.
Yeah, I turn around. Do either of you know how to disable this pilot without blowing him to bits? Because we kind of need him to fly the plane. Or the thing.
I looked like, what the hell's going on? Where did that shooting come from?
The pilot has guns. Why? I don't know. And is shooting us.
Now the lights go out.
Now we can't see. Oh, okay.
And you hear the ponderous steps of Zixon coming down the stairs.
All right, everybody back down the stairs. Just get back.
Yeah, back up.
Longveer steps back, turns the shroud on, draws his blade, and just slowly moves up the staircase. I'm going to activate my Kaizen power to detect energy sources.
Oh, okay. You know exactly where he is. You can see, in fact, you can see the lines of the various electrical conduits in the walls.
Yeah.
So it sort of just has a sort of opaque layout. You know, you kind of can tell where everything is due to where the wires are.
All right. As soon as the robot steps through the door, I'm assuming his hands are kind of out front. I'm going to bring the blade down, trying to cut him out.
Nice. Okay, so you're sort of moving up and it's like staying off to the side. It sounds like then.
Yeah, on the side of the door. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So there's like one set of stairs going up, and then it goes around to the left, and then more come up. So he's coming down the ones, and he's on the landing at this point. So everyone else, you're backing out of the stairway entirely?
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
We have to go down, right?
Yeah.
Can we? Yeah, because there's nowhere else to go. Okay.
I mean, you could go
try
up.
to find cover somewhere.
I'll actually jump over the side to get down to the next tier.
Jump over the side.
Or is it just there is no stairwell, it's just a stair and that's it that goes down?
Well, it turns around 180 degrees from itself.
Okay.
So you go up, it goes left, and it goes left again.
Okay, so there's no room.
So
okay.
the robot's coming down, he's going to make a right on the landing and then make another right to come down to where you guys are.
So basically we're in a crabs in a barrel. So okay. Okay. I yell, get back. Unless somebody wants to try to shoot at him or whatever, but I'll start scrambling back because
in the front with the pistols are kind of backing down, being the rear guard, and we'll shoot it if it shows up. But I really don't want to shoot it because it's a pilot, and we don't want to crash and die.
Yeah, it's pitch black in here. There's no light from the outside.
Is he or it fairly heavily constructed, or is it
Yeah, he is a heavy-duty bot.
Okay.
He not so much as Zixon, but
okay.
You mean?
There's no prettifying
Genu?
him.
Okay.
He's very. He's got arms and legs, and
Mm-hmm.
he definitely looks like a robot. He's built to last.
Okay.
You would probably know that the NAV4 robots are designed to last for generations.
Oh wow. Okay.
Pass them down to your kids.
Okay.
Does he have like an off button?
Why not?
I guess you probably have some experience with bots, since you grew up with one. Most of you probably have. You think he probably has a manual shutoff button?
All right, then I'll let my hand kind of like loosen and move over there to quietly and stuff to try to find and get to his button to turn him off.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'm describing this well.
You are. I want to see this happen.
It's pitch black. You're pretty sure the robot can see you, and you can't see. That's
okay. So, but how does my hand see?
How does your hand see? I don't think you bought any special.
Yeah, I don't know if your hand can even see, or if you just can maneuver it within your own visual range.
I think that's probably more likely that you can only.
Oh, okay. Then the entire planet mute. So okay. Well, then I'll just keep my distance.
We just have to rely on Long to be a ninja badass of doom and cut its hands off.
John, why don't you roll me like a Dex plus? I think it's Stealth. I think that's the name of the skill. And you can burn willpower if you want to for 3 extra dice.
Right. Yeah.
I would save that, or at least some of it, for cutting the hands off because it looks like it's going to be harder.
Yeah, you could do that too.
When I guess would make me change the decision would be weaponry plus strength. Is that for the attack?
Yes, weaponry and strength.
Okay, then I'm gonna burn a willpower to keep this stealth.
Okay. So you're slowly stalking up the stairs.
I guess
against the wall.
What was that, John? Sorry.
3 successes.
Okay. Okay. So the NAV4 comes whirling around with guns out in front, looking to, you can see with your special sense that its head is turning left and right and seeming like it's looking for targets, and its arms are right out in front of you. Doesn't seem like it's noticed you. And it starts to, looks like it's going to start moving down the stairs.
Okay, so I'm going to do the attack on the hand.
Okay.
I got a question for you. Can we use our Kaizen powers at the same time that we use like a normal action, or is it that is actually our action for them?
Some of them have like a standard action to start up. Some of them have like a free action to start up. You could have done it as you were moving up the stairs.
Like, well, I have that thing called block flow, which reduces the energy on the robots. I just didn't know if I could do that at the same time I attack. Or it doesn't say I have to touch them or something. Like, I don't know. In the description, it doesn't say.
Let's see here. Block flow. Let's see if I can find it real quick.
This is going to halt the flow of power through a particular device, temporarily disabling it. A typical handheld computer or desktop unit can be either basically stopped dead by this power. Bots suffer a -2 penalty if it is directed at them. They don't get a saving throw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't say touch or anything, does it?
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. I don't.
Sure. That sounds fun to me.
All right, so I'm going to use that. I'll burn my Kaizen energy to block the flow on the creature, and then attack it. Come on. So 4 successes and a 10 is 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay. So the blade comes striking down, takes off. Let's see here. It's probably it takes off one of the hands completely, and the blade is halfway through the second hand. Everyone at the bottom of the stairs, if you're sort of looking into the stairwell, can see like sparks and some light fills up the room. The hand comes clattering down the steps. The plasma bolt goes firing off in a random direction into like the corner of the wall. Starts melting the steel and metal there. All right, John, why don't you roll me initiative, see what you get. See if Zixon can beat you.
I'm sure he can. Dexterity plus composure. Ooh, not good. I rolled a 2.
2, okay. Wow. You have a really low dex? Like, what's your... It's a D10 plus the numbers equaling to, I think it's what? Dex and...
Oh, I was rolling 5 dice. No, my initiative is 5. Okay. So it's 1 D10 plus 5?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, sorry. I just looked at it, I just saw 5. I'm just so used, I'm trying to roll dice for that. Alright, so 8. 8 and 5 is 13.
13, okay. You are first. You'll see that the head does move towards you in your direction, but it doesn't seem like it's looking right at you. It also looks down at the blade that is sunken into it. At least where the damage was done. So, yeah.
I guess I'll rip the blade out and then just bring it back down, trying to hack through the hand again.
Okay. And since you're invisible, I'm not giving him any defense at all.
Yeah. How do you defend against invisible doom?
Yeah, right?
4 and 2 10s. And 1 more. So 5 total?
Oh, okay, wow. All right, so you hack through the other hand. Sparks and stuff are flying out the edge of it. In retaliation, it turns in your direction and just lunges. It's kind of lunging blind. What is your defense normally?
Let's see, my defense is 2 normally.
2, so I'll give you like 5. You're invisible.
I have weaponry dodge. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, it does. How does that work? Do you know?
Oh shit! Sorry, I don't.
Yeah,
we'll just say I don't
that's
have
what
it.
I was looking at. He can, instead of doubling your defense, you add your weaponry skill dots to that.
So that's if you are just doing a defensive action, I guess, huh?
Okay.
Yes, right. But it can, if it's in close quarters, it can benefit against melee or guns. It doesn't matter as long as it's close quarters. So
okay, so I guess he'd have to designate that I'm just going to dodge this turn.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You have to full defense action.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so he lunges. Let's see what I roll here. Minus 5. That's not very many dice. I got 2 successes. So the robot smashes its cut and sparking hand and like punches you in the chest. So you do take 2 from a sharp angle. Well, I guess it's kind of flat, but the edges are a little bit angular, and they right into the chest. What is everyone else doing at this point? You're hearing this commotion. You're seeing sparks and things fly. Is there anything that you guys want to do to jump in or do anything like that? The rest of you.
I have no idea what the hell's going on. All I know is I can't see shit up there, and if somebody is fighting the thing, I will most likely shoot them. So
okay.
I'm staying here. I do look.
Go ahead.
He's not here. So, like, oh, he's dealing with it. Okay, good.
Kazuko?
Hello? You guys still there? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you have something you want to do? Sound like you.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say that Kazuko can use his electrical sense, and he can actually kind of see. I don't know if he'll be able to see Bryce or not, but he can detect the currents, flowing through. Actually, you know what? He can't do that. He's got to be touching it. So, so no. I guess I will just stay back.
Okay.
Like everybody else.
How about the doctor?
Can I make out from the sound how it's going, or is he winning?
The 2 hands come falling down the stairs, so you kind of know he's doing something useful.
Did Longbeard make a noise when he got hit?
He was probably was trying to be as quiet as possible, Sound is just
you heard the sound of sword cutting through arm, Ugh!
All right. Do we have night goggles or something, or infrared viewing things?
Only if you purchase them.
Ah, well then no. Can I access somewhere so that I can turn on the lights again?
You can attempt to. There is a monitor outside the wall at the beginning of the staircase.
Excellent. I'll rush over there and start making the computer turn on the lights again.
Okay. Why don't you give me a intelligence plus computer, and if you have a specialty in hacking, because it seems like you're locked out.
No, I only have a specialty in AI. So.
Got pawns and more. So.
Let's see. It's 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you managed to break into something that you weren't allowed to break into, and turn on the lights. And you guys look up the stairs. You see John with the severed arm of Zixon, hitting him in the chest.
Oh, so hitting him in the chest disabled the stealth thing?
No. Oh, that's right. I guess you don't see him. You just see the robot look like he's punching something. Sorry, I'm describing this horribly. But the lights have come on. It is now back to John's turn. So, what reaction does Longbeard do? The robot seems like it's pretty severely damaged. Both arms are missing.
At this point, I guess I'll just drop my blade and grab the creature and the robot and just kind of toss it down the stairs.
Okay. I'll let you, if you want to do the lifting thing, I'll give you that if you want for a couple extra days. That's your new ability.
Yeah, I'll turn that on. So, is that going to be grappling or just lifting?
Let's see here. That's a good question. How about you? I guess that'd be grappling. Once you had strength plus brawl.
Okay.
And since it kind of knows where you're there, have a 1 dice penalty.
All right. So it's 11 minus 1?
Yes.
10. So 5 successes.
Okay, so how about you describe how you... Yeah, you basically can do whatever you want at this point.
All right, so I guess no one even sees it, but the creature just kind of... I guess you see a sword materialize and kind of hit the ground at the same time. The the robot Junior kind of lifts up into the air, does like a 360 spin, and kind of Superman's down the staircase onto the lower platform.
What kind of sound does it make?
A loud explosion of metal on metal. Probably some whining sounds as metal and gears are ground.
Better leap out of the way.
Yeah, it comes sliding right in front of you guys.
Yeah. Get out of there.
It doesn't look like it's working.
Uh-oh.
Can I very coolly, like as it lands and slides next to me, I like flick it off, like
Off, just to make sure.
Yeah, you turned it off, but there wasn't a power down sound.
Theo will stand over it and say, "Shit, I gotta fix all this." Just throw his hands up in the air, and be like, "All right, let's go."
As you guys come up the stairs, you see the sword disappear.
So Jylen is doing all this, or that's his name?
Longveer.
Longveer.
Oh, LV14. You weren't here for the LV14. Since they pulled the inhibitor off me, I'm using my real name now, which is Longveer.
Okay.
He's like, whoops.
No, actually, that's nice. Okay. All right. So are we going to continue towards the cockpit?
Yeah, I will continue and just assume that the invisible ninja of doom is following me.
So as you guys know from the layout of the ship, you're going to come up the stairs. You're going to have to go into the air dock where there's a little shuttle, and then there's a doorway that leads to the cockpit.
Okay.
So it sounds like you guys have gone up the stairs and are standing at it's basically like an airlock door that, leads to the top. Probably like some sort of fail-safe in case the outside airlock door is breached.
Okay.
Yeah, Longbear is going to wait by the other door.
Any idea where Genu is? Does anyone know?
Longbeer or LB-46.
Oh, okay. So we've got no more robots to worry about. Okay. You've been very busy, I see.
Yes, the robots went insane and have since been put down because of them.
And then I kind of look up and kind of listen, and I say, "What about Pawn?"
Pawn is gone. We don't know what happened.
We're all doomed out here.
He was right.
Offline.
We're spinning out of control, or what?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There's a dude in there who needs to die.
Okay.
The captain hears Bryce's voice in his head.
Yeah.
The airlock door is open. I'm attempting to close it.
Okay.
If you move forward, you will be sent out into the vacuum of space.
Yeah. Don't go in. The door is open. We'll all die.
The doc hears Bryce's voice in his head. I'm attempting to shut off the controls for Jylen in the cockpit.
For what?
You don't hear anything else?
What did he say? He's attempting to shut down the controls of what?
Of Jylen in the cockpit.
So he won't be able to lock him out of the cockpit controls.
Okay.
So he can't crash us or anything stupid.
I look at the captain. What now, fearless leader?
We wait for the airlock not to be open so that we don't die, because Bryce is apparently trying to fix it, and until he does, we can't do anything. So I look around to sort of some vague area where I think Long might be, considering he's currently invisible, and go, good thinking with the stealth suit.
Loud silence.
You all hear Bryce screaming in your minds.
Ouch. Fuck.
What the hell was that?
And then it goes silent.
That was our tech support being ousted.
We've got to get in there.
Well, if we go in there now, we're all just going to get sucked out into space. So, is there any other way we can close the door, or get in through some alternate passage or something?
Theo will begin to kneel down, and he'll begin to open up panels on the side, and he'll say, "Yeah, there's plenty of ways inside, plenty of ways around too." He'll just start pulling stuff out and revealing this nice little hollowed air shaft inside. We can use this to crawl around inside, and then get past the airlocks basically. But we'll have to stay in here.
You'll see the intercom system turns on, the lights, light up again. Hello. How are you all doing today?
Go to hell.
Jylen.
You're welcome to if you want to step through that door.
I just ignore him and start crawling through the air duct.
I say, why are you doing this?
Oh, I've been paid quite handsomely.
I thought when we had our discussion earlier that you agreed that we would work together as a team.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. I didn't have a conversation with you.
I say I am speaking to Jylen, correct?
One of them.
This must have been a backup before we spoke to him.
That's the smart one right there. I've been here all along.
Where's the other one, then? The other Jylen?
You have him vivisected on the table and his heart ripped out, thanks to the good doctor.
I look around look towards the doctor, and I just put my hands up I don't say anything. I give him the look what?
Are you going to eat that later?
I'm looking to complete a collection, so we're over to get yours. Can we get this door open?
You must be some sort of psychopath.
And I look at the doctor and I say, I'd have to agree. It doesn't. What sense does that make?
Hello, he's trying to kill us all.
Too bad I'm not here. I would be equal, but I'm finally somebody that thinks like me, particularly since it's the doctor.
I see that you used my suit to good effect. To my one of me's anyway. I'm making a slight detour. I hope you don't mind.
So, how come we're not getting into the cockpit? Because if I look at the map, we don't have to pass through the air duct, right?
It sounds like Theo is going, instead of straight, he's going through the panel to the right into what looks like what's that, number 4? The captain's cabin. Is that right? Is that right, Phil? You're trying to get the wall?
Everybody else was stopping to talk to the asshole, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to him. I want to kill him. So I just went through the thing that Theo had opened.
Okay, so, yeah, right now Theo and the captain are in the captain's quarters.
Oh. Good. And,
It also has an airlock door that goes out into the main area. There is what looks like a restroom at the very end of the captain's quarters, but it doesn't have an access point to the shuttle bay.
so
does Theo have a different idea here? Is he trying to go above? Because it doesn't look like he's going to get to where he wants to get to. Are you looking at the map?
Yeah, hold on. I have to log in real quick.
Okay. Yeah, there's an upper deck. There's a shuttle bay, sort of like a rectangle in the center. You're in the stairwell. It's like the bottom right. And then the captain's quarter is like middle right. And then the captain's bathroom is upper right. But they don't connect to the cockpit. The cockpit is isolated. The only way into the cockpit is through the shuttle bay. And it was probably designed that way. So that someone like hijackers were trying to take over the ship, it would be kind of hard for them to get to the cockpit. But the hijackers in the cockpit and the rightful owners are on the outside, so it's a little bit awkward.
Is the shuttle bay door open? I mean, I'm sorry, the shuttle itself, is that door open?
Yes, out to the void of space.
Oh, gotcha.
At least, Bryce told the captain did relay that to you.
Can I try to, like, with the computer, close the doors?
You can attempt to.
Nice. I'm gonna start working on that.
Okay, you're gonna have a 5 dice penalty.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn. All right. Then, how does willpower again work again?
If you burn a point, you get to 3 extra dice, I believe. And actually, I wanted to mention to you guys that we might as well go ahead and use the New World of Darkness way to refresh your willpower points, but I'm going to put that responsibility on you guys. So if you think you fulfill your virtue, you get them all back. If you think you fulfill your vice, you get 1 back. So I'm going to make you guys be the police of your own actions. If you think you fulfilled your virtue, you get all. If you think you fulfilled a vice, you get 1.
I'll spend a willpower point on this.
Okay.
And I'll probably plug in so that it goes faster.
What do you think you're doing?
There we go. That's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. And you were attempting to exactly what again?
Probably close the door first, and then I'm gonna work on locking him out instead of him us.
Okay. So the door does start closing. You get a readout that 60%, 50%. Seems like it's slowly closing.
The door is closing.
What about atmosphere?
Yeah, that's going to take a moment.
Yeah, the only thing you have access to right now is the door.
Okay, well, we need to get air in there, too.
Well, why don't you get to work on that?
I say, how about I still talk to him and try to figure out why everybody's turning psychopathic on this this ship since I've been asleep. Gotta be something in the air, maybe. I don't know what it is.
Kazuka, make a willpower roll.
I become a psychopath. Okay. Wake up and everybody has.
Okay, let's see here. His willpower is 6.
You know what? I'm sorry. You wouldn't be the target. Actually, I'm trying to think like Jylen. I'm not as smart as him.
Okay.
Row here. You're going to need to make me a willpower roll, just like the number of dice that you have. If your pool is full. So.
Okay. It's 110. So
oh, nice.
2 successes.
Okay. So you got this feeling like you had no oxygen to breathe, and there was this pain behind your eyes that was slowly radiating out, and then you just sort of shake and it goes away.
You fucking bastard. I start working harder.
I guess that didn't work.
Meanwhile, I'm asking, since we're in my cabin now, I'm asking Theo, and what was your plan from here?
Well,
or, less snarky than that, but because I assume he actually has a plan.
Right. Well, it's obvious that it's sealed off, and we can't get in there through the normal route. However, this will take us to the captain's cabin, and in the captain's cabin is the only place that has the other access to the main computer. Basically, I'm just going to jettison the entire oxygen supply and suffocate him.
Like I suggested in the first place. Awesome.
So there must be a secret computer console, perhaps under your bed? Something like that?
Well, I kind of assume that I had assumed that I would have a command and control place, and it would make some sense that I would have one in my cabin. Like, previously, when I've been woken up and had to go to said console, so having said console in my room makes sense.
Okay, that works. So Theo is starting to try to hack into that. You can make the same roll. 5 dice penalty. Intelligence plus computer. If you have a hacking specialty, that'll apply.
Okay, so computer programming won't apply in this one?
I'll let you do that one. That's fine.
Okay.
It's pretty, close.
All right, and it's a 5 dice penalty.
Yeah, it's a real bastard. And meanwhile, the dock, you're trying to do what now? You're trying to cut off... I'm sorry, I'm getting confused here. What are you trying to do right here?
Well, when the door is closing, I'll probably start to work on having him not having access to the system instead of us.
That's a 7 dice penalty. That's what Bryce
7 dice penalty.
That's what Bryce was working on. Yeah. If you run out of dice, you still get 1 dice, but if you get a 1, it's like a botch.
And it only works on a 10. No chance die.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Okay. So, let's see. I've got intelligence 3, computer 4, so that's 0 dice. If I spend another willpower point, do I get the dice again?
Yeah, you can get 3 again. Yeah. Nice. You can burn them until there's no more to burn.
I'll spend another willpower point. I gotta get this bastard out of our system.
I really believe in him, so I'm gonna enforce my Gungeon power to buff him 3.
Nice. So you get 6 dice then.
6 dice, nice.
You can do it. You can do it, man. You can do it.
Oh, hell yeah, I can. 5 successes, nice.
That's an exceptional success. So not only did you lock him out, you locked him out right now.
He just goes like, "What are you doing to? What the fuck?"
I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 willpower points so I can bring mine up to 6.
You only have to spend 1 willpower point to get 3 dice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. In that case, that's what I will do.
Unless you have a power. Like, normally you can only spend 1 willpower point per roll. So.
Yeah. But 1's pretty good. That's 3 dice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, I got 1 success out of that.
Okay, so you are voiding the oxygen out of the cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's no oxygen in the airlock. Okay. So that starts to happen. You'll see the readings for the O2 start to deplete, and you start to hear swearing and cursing. I won't go into all that, but there's a lot of it. You start to hear. Well, yeah, hold on. You start to hear damage being done to the cockpit.
Oh, okay. There's still time to surrender.
Once there's no oxygen, he will still have 15 minutes of activity from our diagnosis.
I'll try. I'm trying to reason with him. I say, I tell him.
That's
I say,
"There's you fucking bastards."
Maybe not. Say there's still time to work something out. It doesn't have to end this way.
Communications.
You're not solving anyone's problems by doing it this way. You're only hurting yourself and potentially us.
I would also like to try to deactivate the gravity in that section.
Okay, now that you have the system... he is completely locked out of the system, so you don't have a 5 dice penalty. So, what are you trying to do?
Deactivate gravity.
Yeah, so I'm going to deactivate the gravity. That way, whenever he tries anything, he's just going to be flinging about, and he's going to be disoriented.
Okay, that'll make it a lot harder to do damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you guys making any plans to get in there now? I mean, there is no oxygen, so...
Can I, open all the doors, including the hangar door, so that he just flies out?
You tell me, is that what you do?
Yeah, probably. If that's, because as far as I can see on the map, there's a pretty much straight line from the cockpit to the outer door, right? There's just a small door in between.
You just tell me. Do you push the button?
I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, you think that if you open up the door to the cockpit, Jylen Wraith most likely, unless he has his Gungeon blade sunk deep into a system and holding on to it, will probably go flying out, probably smash into the shuttle first, and then go out into space.
I kind of look at the guy. Should I eject him? I kind of hold my finger above the button.
I say maybe we can still get through to him, and I'm still trying to scream into the intercom to try to get him the reason.
Okay, well,
so that's
what do you strain? We'll do that first.
I just tell him, I say there's a better way to do this. It doesn't have to end this way.
Do you want to give me like a social roll? Maybe we should do something like that.
Okay, I can try. Okay.
Any sort of
let's see here.
You definitely get the feeling that he feels desperate.
Okay.
Like an animal trapped in a corner.
Okay, that could be empathy, correct?
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
Okay.
I'll just say my thing is knocked out because he knocked out communications. So.
Oh, I thought he was talking to us over the intercom.
When I say communications, that's like the ship's communications to other ships.
Okay.
Oh.
So would it just be raw empathy, Tim? Or
that's fine if you want to try to do that.
All right. Okay. Okay, and then I'll spend
hold on. I guess empathy would be to kind of figure out what he's feeling.
Or I'm trying to. I'll say this. Okay, I'll play this out.
You're trying to empathize with him? Is that maybe where you want?
Well, no. I want to. I tell him I know you're feeling. I know how you're feeling. You're frustrated. You're confused. It doesn't have to end this way. Just give me a chance to talk to you. We can work this out. That's what I'm trying to. So I'm trying to empathize with him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as a modifier to the role,
okay.
There's a vivisected, heartless version of himself in the med bay.
Thanks, Doc.
The other clone got shot in the side of the face. So
okay.
I'm going to say there's a 3 dice penalty.
Okay. I'll have to spend a point in order to get 3 more dice.
Okay, that's fine.
That's 6 dice total, and I'll give it a shot and see what happens. So you say it's a 3 dice penalty, so that gives me down to 3 dice. So there you go. And 2 successes.
Okay. I'm listening.
Okay.
What do you have?
All right. I say if you just give us a moment and stop smashing everything, we can still work this out. Just what do you want? What do you want from us?
My mission was to stop you at all costs and to fly you to Themis Station to the Hellcats.
Okay. I tell him, I say, that's not going to happen at this point. Whoever gave you those instructions, and even you yourself, you've got to realize how fruitless it is to try to do that. And in that respect, there's no need to throw your life away.
I don't even think this is my life. I think I'm sitting somewhere else.
Yeah. I realize that this guy he's pretty damaged, and then I kind of look at the doc again and realize that whatever happened previously, if he did have any sanity left, he's probably just like a caged animal right now is what I'm getting at.
He seems trapped.
Yeah.
He has a feeling death is about to clamp down on him.
I tell him, I say, I'm gonna, as a show of good faith, I'm gonna come in here and talk to you.
What?
By the way, just Theo, I'm not gonna do anything in character, but you would look at me and just see this look of extreme rage, like scary. Like you thought I was a sociopath and I didn't have emotions. This is like just extreme unreasoning snarl. I'm managing to keep it in check well enough to not just hit the button to vent him myself, but because I kind of am going, well, this is kind of Kazuko's area of personal relations and whatever, but it's a clear struggle in my head where like my hand is hovering and shaking above the button, and
well, yeah, I mean,
rip it away.
It's still an issue if you guys think you guys have a better solution than.
And I'm kind of going back and forth on, is this a tactical thing because he's an enemy, or is this an interpersonal thing, which means it's your area of command?
But I think this is one of those gray areas.
So how about you give me a persuasion check, David?
Okay. All right.
And then you could probably use presence or manipulation, whichever you think is more appropriate.
Okay. Presence is better. Do I have a penalty again?
I'm going to say you probably have a 1 dice penalty because you've empathized with his position.
Okay. All right. I don't think this is going to go well, but we'll see.
I'm kind of guessing probably to him your path might be the only way he gets out of this alive.
Right. That's pretty much what I will. Yeah. One success. That's it.
Emphasis on might be.
Yeah, exactly. That's it, Tim. One success.
1 success.
Yeah.
I have no controls over the doors or the oxygen. There's seems to be no oxygen in less oxygen.
Okay,
it's getting hard to breathe.
Turn around and I ask the doctor. I say, "What are you doing?"
I hit the inner, getting rid of our problem. Just do it already. Don't risk any more of my crew for this asshole.
Okay, there's Zuko realizes there's really nothing he can do at this moment, frustratingly, and
Are you coming to talk to me?
I just kind of put my head up against bang my head up against the intercom, the panel, and just kind of pound my fist against the
I look
panel.
at him and say, like, I didn't take the oxygen out, man. I just took control back of what was ours.
Do you think a clone has a soul?
All right, this is killing him, and this is killing me. Just so you guys realize it. Okay, I mean he kind of slides down Kazuko kind of slides down and with his back up against the panel, kind of slides down to his to a sitting posture, and kind of just puts his hand in his head in his hands and kind of just shakes his head like ah.
Am I me or am I just a bad copy?
It's the intercom thing. Go, whatever you are, you did your job as you understood it. You can die with whatever honor Earthers have. And then I click the thing.
Theo will look back at you and say, "Do you think we should just let him live?" I mean...
No, he tried to kill us. No, if we just killed him at first, this wouldn't... Well, okay, maybe it would have happened because he was backed up, but... He is insane. He's tried to kill us multiple times. Just because I had a moment of compassion doesn't mean we should let him live.
Kazuko, thank you.
Killing me, Tim. Killing me.
As you look at the monitors, it seems that he has upturned his Ganjin blade and fallen.
In the no gravity area?
I guess he stabbed himself in.
Nice. There's blood droplets floating around.
Oh, man. Who's going to clean that up?
There's blood droplets floating in zero gravity all over the cockpit.
All right.
Well, I guess
as soon as thing is done, since I have the command console thing, as soon as he's dead of oxygen deprivation, I hit the vent button and shoot him out into space.
Oh,
no, wait, he has
well, I mean, if you press the button, it happened. The door opens up, the body of Jylan Wraith goes flying and smashes into the shuttle. There's a smear of blood up the top of it, and his body and the sword that was in him goes floating out into space.
God damn it.
He didn't have the stealth suit, from what I understood. We took that, so...
No, he
wasn't so bad.
I do not believe he was a clone. I believe he was another version of him that was already here.
You mean there were two on the ship at once?
Yeah, he was useless.
I believe there were two here at once.
I know.
And with that, we're going to go into the flashback.
Wow.
Hugo was lying, crying on the floor.
Yes.
That's an excellent segue.
I guess I wasn't expecting that.
That is true. That is awesome.
So as Kazuko was, so we're going to start the flashback with, everyone sort of, I think Phil did the best, I think, with when he sort of transitioned into his flashback where he was like hanging out in his barracks. So the camera slowly moves up towards Kazuko's face as he's slumped down on the ground. You hear the words, "Thank you, Kazuko," and the flashback begins.
Okay, all right. Kazuko turns and looks at the info pad that he has in his hand. And on the screen of the pad, it's a video of his mother, Rumiko. And she is wishing him a safe journey and reminds him that he is to always heed the instructions of his father, and to also send his father her love as well. And he kind of slowly clicks off the screen of the info pad and looks around the cabin of the shuttle that he's on. And he looks out the window and he sees that the shuttle is slowly comes to a halt as it comes to a landing on the landing pad. And he looks and sees that he's arrived at his destination, which is the moon of Phobos, which is a moon of Mars. Okay. And this facility is owned by the Furusawa Corporation, which is the corporation that his father works for. Okay. And he's here to retrieve, not retrieve, but he's here to, at the request of his father, to have a short visit with him.
Just to be clear, this isn't the same moon that we had the other flashback on, where we went in and stole stuff.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't listened.
Bryce had a flashback of a space station around Venus.
Oh, okay.
That was what I was remembering. I thought it was a moon.
Okay, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Phobos has like microgravity. It's basically, they believe it's a captured asteroid that revolves around Mars. And everyone should kind of know that Phobos was one of the center battles of Earth versus the Gonjan. And it's basically just like a slag heap right now. It used to be this place where all kinds of ships were manufactured and lots of, takeoff locations. Basically Earth, it originally belonged to Earth, and then Gonjan took it, and then Earth came back and just destroyed it. So that, if we can't have it, you can't. They just wiped it. And so I don't know where is this before the Battle of Phobos or after?
It would have to be if narratively possible, it would have to be, I would think, before the battle.
Oh yeah.
Is that possible? Okay.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. So just some years in the past, I guess. And his father was some type of engineer of some type. Okay. So he's here to visit his dad, one of the few chances or times that he really has seen him in many, many years.
Sounds like your father works a lot on his own.
Yes. The work he does is very secretive. They don't really see him very often, and when they do see him, his father is almost he kind of has the feel about him as if he's almost going through like shell shock in a way. He's very distant, has kind of a haunted look in his eyes, doesn't really talk about what he does. Kazuko, when he was younger, would always attempt to kind of press the issue, like, what do you do? Where can we come visit, this, that, and the other? And his dad would really always just kind of shut the conversation down, whereas his mother would pretty much always be there to pick up the pieces and say, oh, well, your dad works very hard. He's provided everything for us, so you can go to this school and this, that, and the other. And he's doing the position he has with the corporation is one of high honor. So he brings honor to the family. Okay. Now, I don't really know how do you guys, how does this work? Do I just present?
Yeah, you're sort of like you're going to be telling a story, and then if you want to do like various little, I don't know, vignettes, is that the right word? If there's like little sections that you want to have people role play, you just set it up, and basically you have lots of freedom here. Don't worry about dice rolls. And it's more about role playing, really. So.
Okay, well, hopefully this will be interesting to you guys. Okay. All right. So, like I said, the shuttle has landed. Okay. So he gets off and he's going to the area. Actually, he has been instructed that he will be met at the shuttle facility or shuttle bay or whatever you want to call it by his father. And so he is eager to meet him, but he's still, from past experiences, kind of, he doesn't know what to expect, Hopefully, he always thinks that, well, maybe my dad will be, a lot more open this time and, be a lot more enjoyable, this time and this, that, and the other. But in the past, it's always been kind of a disappointment to him, So he doesn't really know what to expect. He knows what he wants to expect, but who knows what he's going to get. So as he walks out into the, the waiting area, he doesn't see his father there. He actually sees a gentleman who's obviously a rep of the corporation, who has kind of a crisp, dark suit on, and he walks up to him, and the guy acknowledges him, and they walk towards I guess it's kind of like a rail. There's going to be like a rail system of sorts that I am assuming, because Tim, you said there was really no atmosphere on this rock, more or less.
No, there isn't. Any travel is by, there's probably domes of various small civilization type, each dome is sort of a thing unto itself, but they're connected with very tunnels and.
Okay, so there'll be a rail underground rail line that connects all the different biodomes or whatever. Okay.
Do you want someone to play this representative?
Yeah, that's what I'm setting up for. Yep. So, I don't know. What do I do? Does whoever want to jump in, or how does this work? Do I get to point at people and say, okay? So.
Why don't you point at people? Because last time we were all too polite.
Okay, so Alikov, you're the representative of the corporation.
Oh, okay.
And my dad was supposed to meet me here, but for some reason he didn't show up.
Yes. Kazuko, your father pawned this off on me. I know you're pissed and whatnot, but secret government work of doom and all that. Yes, he's going to be a very flamboyant corporate. This would not have been the role I picked, but since you pointed at me, he's going to be a very flamboyant government executive.
Go for it, man. Go.
So, I mean, he's busy saving the Empire from Earther mud people and whatnot. So he wants everyone to think. So he can't see you, which basically means I get to deal with you. So, whatever you want to do, I basically get a free day while I'm escorting you around. So, sure, if I don't.
So you mean I'm not even going to see my father today at all, or when will I get to see him?
That is up to him, judging by my reading of him. Pretty unlikely that you will see him much at all. I mean, a little probably is a token gesture, but he's given what he's done so far, probably not much. So you just have to make the best of being stuck here.
Okay, so obviously, Kazuko is just devastated by this, you know. And he kind of, I guess, as they board the rail, he's just kind of like, you know, this can't be happening like this, you know. And as he looks at this rep of the corporation, you know, he's just stunned. Is what he is. And he kind of pulls out the info pad he had, you know, and he pulls up a picture of his dad, you know. And of course, his dad takes all the pictures his dad takes are real stoic, you know, and he's usually never, you know, I don't think he's ever seen a picture of him smiling, you know. So he kind of looks at that, and he kind of looks back at the rep, and he goes, but this was planned, you know. Father, he said that he would be here.
Yes, well, he isn't. So that he doesn't seem to care. Sorry for you that you ended up with a father like that, but apparently that's how he is. So anyway, you look like you're in need of a drink, and if I'm going to have a day off, I'm going to spend it the way I would spend a day off. So let's, if you have nowhere else you want to go, since you can't see your father apparently, why don't we go to the, I'll show you around the what would be called nightclub district. Not real, I wouldn't say the red light district, although that might be where we end up pretty soon.
Okay.
Whatever, like the downtown nightclub area.
Okay.
I'll show you all the hot spots. At least maybe if you get drunk enough, you'll stop being upset.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, the domes probably have various levels too. So they're not just like one level with a big globe of, some sort of hybrid glass, metal, sort of transparent alloy sort of thing. It's various levels in each dome. So.
Okay. I need to get somewhere where I can make a call.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just take, like, there should be phones pretty much anywhere, but as soon as this rail stops, I will go find a drink and you will go make your call.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll get off in the entertainment district. Excuse me. And
with a payphone, I will go wandering off to get drunk.
Okay. Okay. So Kazuko wanders over to like a row of vid booths, you know. And he'll enter one and close the door behind him, and he'll insert, or I don't know if they do it with the card, or if he can just use the ID chip that's embedded in his hand or whatever. But he logs in and he calls his mother, and Philip, you're gonna be his mom.
All right.
And so the call connects. Mother, can you hear me?
Yes, Kazuko, how are you doing?
Mother, father, he did it again.
Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. I would have thought that he would have put more effort into this. But you know how busy he gets. It's just so hard for him to keep a schedule these days. You must understand. He has so many responsibilities.
But Mother, you know that it's so difficult for me to even get here. We had to get special permissions and everything. Security was heightened, and I thought Father was looking forward to seeing me.
You have to understand, he cares about you deeply. And the work that he does isn't just for the corporation, it's for all of us. He's had to sacrifice much. The fact that he even made the effort to do so, I think, should have been looked upon as his way of saying that he tried. And she'll look down with as trying to believe her own words.
Okay, yeah. Kazuko will kind of look off to the side, and he'll say, Mother, on the shuttle here, I heard some of the other passengers talking about conflicts that were escalating between Mars and the Earthers. Have you heard anything about that?
Well, there's always escalating conflicts, but I don't think it's anything too severe.
I don't know. They sounded like they were getting pretty worried. Do you think that might have something to do with the situation, or?
There's always been tension. It's just a matter of how thin. I wouldn't put too much thought into it. Such things would worry you, and I wouldn't want my little boy getting worried.
Okay. Well, Mother, I just wanted to let you know that I arrived here safely, and there's some kind of drunken rep that's leading me around here. I guess he's trying to keep me busy until either I decide to give up and leave, or I don't know what, but I'm still going to try to see Father no matter what.
Her face will turn a little stern, and she'll look at you and say, "Don't you go drinking off on your own. You understand me, young man?"
Of course, Mother. I wouldn't think.
I don't want you visiting any shady alcoves in the distance.
Well, if Father doesn't care what I do, I may as well just do whatever.
No, you should never say those things. He cares deeply about what you do. He sacrifices so much for us. If only we can get you to understand.
Very well, Mother. I'll contact you again once I'm on my way back.
All right. You be careful.
I will. Okay, and he'll terminate the call. Okay.
And as you terminate the call, I come wandering back with a drink in my hand and
okay,
and a woman on each arm. Oh, this is Wanda, and this is Sherry, and you can pick whichever one you want. They're not picky, but I figured that's the best way of getting your mind off unpleasant thoughts, is finding a good woman. So I took the liberty of finding two for you. You only get to take one, but you can pick whichever one you want.
Okay. All right. Kazuko kind of looks, and he kind of.
And I imagine they're being kind of horribly flirtatious with you and not drunken lady.
Okay, so he probably really doesn't get much of a choice as to pick whomever, so he kind of sticks out his arm, and
First grabs it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then he allows himself to be kind of led along. I guess we're going on a tour of the various the various bars and stuff that are here. He'll actually succumb to the revelry, and actually, instead of trying to drown his thoughts in synth brew, he'll actually become more and more kind of depressed and kind of morose, I guess.
Do you want someone to play the girl on your arm?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I would ever get invited to another group. I don't know if I ever do that. But sure, John.
Oh Let me try to lower my voice.
Oh boy. So we're at the Crooked Rooster right now. That's where we're at.
The Crooked Rooster.
And you can see that Kazuko is not in the spirit of things at all. There's like music blaring and everybody's talking and having a good time around him, and he's kind of just like an island of depression, kind of sitting right there staring at his drink.
Okay. I kind of reach out and I kind of just kind of poke your nose trying to get your attention. And then I'm like, why don't we go dance? You like to dance, don't you?
Okay. He'll kind of look up and he'll say, what's the point?
The point, silly, is to have fun. Come. And she'll start dragging his hand, pulling his hand.
Okay. He'll allow himself to get pulled along.
All right. Once we're out on the dance floor, she sort of just gets really close to you, holding you close, and she's like, "Ooh, you must work out. You're very strong."
Okay. Kazuko, he'll kind of. I mean, he's kind of almost in a daze of sorts, and he kind of shakes his head and he goes, why won't he see me? Why would he just let me get all the way here and then just let me sit here? And he kind of looks at the girl as if she would actually have an answer for him. Why would my father do that?
She kind of reaches up and she grabs your cheek and she's like, "It's his loss if he doesn't want to see you. It's nothing you should worry about. I would want to see you all the time."
This is, I guess we would be actually in the Furusawa, biodome, Tim. So this is pretty much everything, everything is for their employees, so to speak, and sanctioned, by this corporation. So, I don't know if this girl is a, pleasure girl or not.
Paid for by the corporation? Tax
yeah,
rate
exactly.
Off?
Yeah. I don't know her now. But
I guess if it's in the biodome, you assume she has clearance.
Okay, I'll assume that, So I'll say, what about your family? Do you have family?
Oh, my family? My family's long gone. And she's like, "That's a long story I don't want to talk about. We should have fun." And she kind of rubs your chest and says, "I have a room close to here."
Okay, and Kazuko kind of steps back and he goes, then you possibly could never understand what I'm going through then. I actually miss my father.
She seems taken aback, like you've smacked her in the face, and she's like, I'm just here to make you happy. Come, let us dance. Try to forget your troubles."
Okay. All right. He'll grab her by the wrist and bring her back over to where his what would I call him? The
Escort?
No, well, I don't want to use that. You're not an escort.
Multiple escorts.
His guardian? I don't know what to call it. Yeah.
Or male escort? Is that what you're saying?
Chaperone is kind of ironic, but chaperone.
Right. Where the corp escort is.
Representative.
And he'll say, "Here, you can take the girl back. I don't think I'm in the mood tonight."
You'll notice he has clearly gone away and come back completely stoned. But he's like, he takes offense at you as you just basically shove the girl that he found you at him with like,
yep.
Hey.
No, and he kind of strokes her hair up. No call being such an asshole to this fine lady. You don't need to. Just because you're determined to be unhappy doesn't mean she has to be upset. And he's kind of talking very fast, like he clearly took some kind of stimulant. But here, just.
If your interests lie in boys, we can always get you one of them.
Oh God!
Oh yeah, God, I never thought of that.
This is a waste of time. His info pad starts to ring or buzz, for lack of a better word, and it actually says on the ID, it says Senzo Hatari, which is his father. So, Roger, you can be dear old dad if you want. Okay, so Kazuko, he rushes out, into the street, basically, so he can get a little more quiet, and he punches the accept button, and he's like, Father!
Kazuko,
where are you?
I am at work where we're supposed to be.
Why didn't you meet me at the terminal?
I sent a representative. Did he not come and see you?
He did, but Father, he's a drunkard, and he's trying. and all he's doing is taking me to different bars. I want to see you. I didn't come here to hang out.
One moment, please. Why are you in the pleasure district?
That's where I took him.
This is where your representative brought me.
Did he now?
Father, will I be able to see you?
You know I am a very busy man, Kazuko.
I understand that. But still, Mother and I get to see you so few times, and I thought that since I was able to get here, that this would be one of the times that we'd be able to spend a little bit of time together.
Where does this longing of seeing each other come from?
Father, I've been hearing rumors and even some of the chatter on the shuttle on the way here to Phobos. People are becoming worried that there's going to be difficult times coming up, possibly even war.
This worries you?
Of course it does. If something happens between us and the Earthers, something could happen to you. You're out here all alone.
I understand. So it was not your choice to go to this pleasure district?
No, not at all. I want to be there with you, Father. I want to talk to you. I want to see you. Before anything happens.
If anything was to happen, we would be informed by our corporation.
The corporation isn't... It can't be everything, Father. I understand what you do here is important, but what about Mother and I? Aren't we important?
Everything I do for you and your mother and the corporation. You know that.
So, Father, what are you saying? That you don't have time to see me after all? That my trip here was a waste?
You find yourself in the dome of our corporation. Not many people are allowed to come here and to take in the splendor. You choose to go to the pleasure district.
I hope I haven't dishonored you, Father.
I would speak to the representative that was sent to you.
As you wish, Father. One moment. Okay, and Kazuko, he'll... I'm sorry, somebody can say something.
Oh yeah, you bring the thing back in and you see basically me snogging the girl with me, straddling me almost terrible.
Dude, where did they get this guy from?
So I'm back, and I break away very noisily, oh, you, you're back, okay. Yeah, I'm all people now, but clearly, you interrupted me.
I say my father would like to have a word with you. Now, please.
Oh, yes, and I, still, stoned and, I get off the stool, I try to, run my hands through my hair and straighten my clothes and whatnot. And I go to where, and then I guess I get to a place where, if I assume I would know that he would not approve of this, so I get to a place where, I think it would be slightly less obvious that, or look slightly less disreputable, and then yeah, it's okay.
Okay, well, I'll do you want to use my info pad, or can you contact them?
Oh, no, I just grab yours.
Okay, all right, okay. I'll stand to the side as this is going on, but I'm intently listening though.
And my thing was I grabbed some things. I assume they would have things on the bar, considering this is a corporate place. He would use on your eyes so you don't look like you're red-eyed drunk or eyeshadow and whatnot. So I'm dabbing all that over my face to try and not look completely stoned, out of my mind. And then I grab the info pad thing and Kazuko-san. I mean, whatever his name is, San. Atari-san. Yes, Atari-san, and I make a little bow.
You see an unusually, usually even stricter face than usual on his face, and he looks at you. Did you bring my son to the pleasure district?
You told me to show him a good time. Pleasure means good time. It's not like I've been
Silence! When I meant a good time, my son was to be taken to museum.
Well, museum, you didn't say that, and so you can't fault me for misinterpreting. Like, if you wanted to take it to museum, say museum, I would have happily done that, but I interpreted it the best way I could understand it, and this is what I did. You didn't forbid it, so I didn't think there would be a problem. I apologize if there is.
I have something you can look at.
Oh, God.
Give me back my son.
Okay, I hand back the thing, and then I quickly get I make a little waving gesture as she says that, and then I hand back the thing to Kazuko. And, like, quickly try to drag the woman out of earshot so she doesn't say anything else inappropriate.
Okay. All right, I'll say, Father, what are your wishes?
My apologies, my son. I should have sent a different representative towards you. I will do my best to meet with you tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. I will.
As I'm dragging the woman away, like, if you had just accepted any of the stuff, like, I was trying to make you have fun, and you constantly go, no, and now you got me in with my boss, so I was like, grrr.
Hey, don't pull my hair.
Okay. Okay, well...
The room has been reserved for you at the Hotel 6.
Okay. All right, I will get your rep to show me the way. And I'll bow at the info pad. And then I look forward to our meeting tomorrow morning, Father. Good day.
Good day.
Okay. All right, I'll turn and
You
look
go
at
chasing after me and the girl again.
Yeah.
Like, you finally almost got into a room, and then you come back like, fuck.
Are you guys headed back towards the bar, or?
No, we're headed off to her room.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
Because the bar is an unsafe place, because that's where you're talking to his father, and I want her out of the way. So I'm like, oh, well, I could have some fun. I could have her take her back to my room. And as we're, like, right at the door, I'm like, oh, fuck. You show up again.
Okay. All right. I'll say, I hate to interrupt again, but, can you just kind of point me in the direction of where, this, Hotel, 6, living quarters 6 would be located, and I can find my own way.
I'd be glad to take you.
No. He's already tried. He had one shot with you. You blew it. Just no. I kind of point it vaguely and then sort of twirl my hand around like I'm confused, I'm trying to figure it out. I only went there once and I was very, very out of it. Big party that night, but I think you go that way, and then you turn east. And then you go about 3 miles and turn west.
There's
big red chicken thing somewhere.
There's a guy comes walking past, and I guess he kind of overhears this conversation, and he can kind of see the rep kind of with a slurred voice and kind of teetering around, trying to give me or give Kazuko instructions. And for some reason, he decides that he's going to jump in and offer to give some assistance. Yeah. So, Philippe, you can be this random stranger that overhears this.
Yeah, it's me going like, turn left at the giant red chicken thing.
Yeah. You guys still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Who's going to be the guy who jumps in?
Philippe?
Bill does, but Bill appears
Oh, sorry. Okay.
All right. Okay. So, I heard y'all having a little trouble here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some instructions to the living quarters or Hotel 6.
I told you, go left at the big red chicken, and then you'll see a big bright bunch of bright pink lights. And no, it wouldn't. Not for any of us. Especially not me.
And Kazuko is being overwhelmed as all these people are basically talking. He's kind of like throwing his arms up like, what? Does anyone know the way there?
You mean a bunch of rowdy drunks.
Yeah, pretty much.
The man will come.
Give me instructions or no?
The man will come closer and he'll gently put his arms to your side and kind of brush you aside to everyone else, and he'll give a slight bow. His face will be very stiff in a fashion. It's almost like it's got a permanent, somewhat frozen smile. It's ever so slight, and he'll simply say, "I believe I can get you to where you need to go in a quiet, safe, and secluded fashion." Yes?
Okay. I would like that very much. And Kazuko kind of gives you a curt bow. And he says,
you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. I'm already in enough trouble without being killed in some back alley by some sleaze.
Is he does the gentleman look is he what is his appearance?
Oh, he is very well dressed and very sharp suit, and
there you go.
Very well mannered. He seems to hold himself with a bit of elegance, almost in a servitude sort of manner.
Okay. All right. And Kazuko kind of peers at him, and he goes, "You look like a very honorable gentleman to me, sir. It would be an honor for you to lead me there." And he kind of turns to the escort, and he says, "You may continue enjoying your evening. If I see you again, the pleasure will have been all yours." And he bows and he walks away.
I just sigh and shrug over dramatically or melodramatically and go, I better come with you to make sure you don't get killed.
Okay, Kazuko shrugs. Okay, and he
I just sort of resignedly pay the woman for her time. Like, I'm not going to get my money's worth out of this anyway. Might as well at least settle the bill.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
she frowns and takes the money.
Yeah, she'll take it.
Damn it.
Not even sure if, like, I'm debating whether to make her an actual call girl or if that's just him going, like, compensating her for a wasted evening, even if she was a regular woman he picked up.
Oh, I am an entertainer.
It's already been decided. Okay. All right, so we'll continue.
All right, the gentleman will just gesture towards the door, and as you go by, he will say, "You made a most decisive decision to take this route, sir. Please, this way."
Okay. All right, Kazuko kind of smiles at himself, thinking that I finally was able to take action in my own fate, so to speak, and he's seems to be very pleased with himself at the moment, so he will gladly follow or be led, whatever.
I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Please, do not take any insult to this, but it is merely out of my control when I hear such things. But it appears you have some uneven ground with a family member of sort. Do you not?
Oh, you overheard that, did you?
Oh, I did not mean to pry into any business, of course, you must understand. It's just walking along, you hear quite a heated argument. It's bound to enter to a few lobes now and again.
Yes, Mother says that I need to learn to control my emotions better. Sometimes they get the better of me, and Father says that I have a tendency to wear my heart on my sleeve. But as you may or may not have heard, my father is a very well-respected researcher of the corporation here. You may have heard of him.
Ah, indeed.
His name's Senzo
A most
Hatari.
respectable position to have under one's belt.
Kazuko smiles proudly, and he says, "Yes, my father. He works very hard, and he's been with the corporation for many years."
Indeed.
I can only hope to fill his shoes one day.
Is that your complete desire?
Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think that I'm the sort of type that could work for a corporation for my entire life. It's not that appealing to me, but it's the family way.
Sometimes it is best for the sheep to find itself a new herd.
Okay, Kazuko kind of looks, like you sparked some type of, some interest in him. And what do you mean by that?
Well, one cannot be remaining following the ram forever. Oftentimes the ram becomes too stuck in its ways. It'll go to the same grazing hills time and time again, and while those grazing fields might be rich now, they will get old and decrepit with time. Thus it is essential for the sheep to find a new herd, one where the ram is leading in a much more better direction. He'll say it again with his very slight and ever-present smile.
Okay. Kazuko is taking all this in maybe too easily. He's very pleased that it seems as though someone has a perspective that is somewhat akin to his own, and he's soaking this all in very eagerly. He says, "Sir, what is it that you do here?"
Oh, I do many things here, but mostly my position is that of servitude. I ensure that everyone has a good time and that their needs are well attended to.
Are you an employee of the corporation?
Oh, most certainly. There would be no other way that any of us would be here.
Okay. I don't know. Father has never mentioned that there were any other positions of importance other than those that were related to his work. So Kazuko kind of shrugs.
From him.
He'll turn to you and he'll have his face will ever so slightly change, and you'll hear an ever so slight change to his tone of his voice, and he'll say, "There are many things that are not known to you, especially about large, fascinating corporations such as this." And he'll continue leading along.
So, Mr. kind of
Oh,
waits.
how terrible of me. And he'll still stop right there and then, and he'll give a slight bow. However rude of me. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. My name is Tanuki.
Okay, Kazuko will bow, and he'll say, so, Mr. Tanuki, what else can you tell me about how the sheep may find a new herd? Are you a member of a newer herd?
Meeting your eye, he will look at you and say, oh, but of course. I've had many herds over the years, you could say. Sometimes it's not easy for us to find our place, as it has been assigned by the ever so wise and vigilant Socho. And he'll say that kind of just looking around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In her infinite wisdom, she assigns us the places that we most belong. But sometimes there can be deviations in such a path, so long as it stays within that stream. I have found many of sorts.
This Sojo, she sounds quite intriguing. Is there a way to meet her?
Well,
You would know who Shoujo is. She's the god.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right, I forgot. Okay. I'll turn to the escort and have you been listening to this?
Of course I have. I can't really avoid it being this close.
Okay, and I'll say, well, what's your take on all this?
That I don't care. I don't trust this guy at all, but he hasn't been an imminent threat, and once you're out of my hands, I don't really care what you do. So, I just don't want to get in more trouble with your dad for getting you killed. So,
go ahead.
With that in mind, he'll turn to you and say, oftentimes the difference between serving your duty and doing your job is how much you care about it. It is obvious that you, young master, care so much about the opinions of others, despite how they may think of you. That shows wisdom and a means to look forward into the future.
It seems like it has been a burden to me my entire life as opposed to something positive. Look at all these people around us. Look at the escort here. He doesn't care about what other people think. He just lives his life as he sees fit to. And he seems to be enjoying himself. Isn't that right?
yes. I just wish you could grow a sense of fun.
Kazuko kind of jams his hands in his pockets, and he's kind of like, I can have fun if I want to, and it kind of strikes him all of a sudden that in many ways he may be much more like his father than he thinks he is. And he kind of stops in his tracks for a second as that thought hits him. And he kind of slowly looks at the escort and he says, in your own bizarre way, you just may have a point there. And then he turns and he looks towards Mr. Tanuki. And how old is does Mr. Tanuki appear to be?
He appears to be in his late 20s.
Oh, he's okay. So wow. Okay, so he says, how has no disrespect, but how is someone so young gain so much wisdom?
Wisdom is not gained through age, though many would have you say otherwise. Wisdom is often gained through experience. And he'll turn to you, and you'll get the idea there that, again, the tone will change, and he'll say, an experience is gained through action, and how much you're willing to learn, and how much you're willing to make mistakes.
But Father has told me in the past that mistakes can lead to distrust and chaos.
If a baby falls on the floor, does the baby soon distrust the floor forever? No. They learn to get up and walk on their own 2 feet.
Okay, Kazuko kind of nodded that because that makes perfect sense to him. And he says, you've allowed me to see things in a much different light, Mr. Tanuki. How can I ever repay you for this?
Oh, there is no payment truly necessary.
Okay. All right. And he looks up, and it seems like that they have arrived at number 6. Okay. So he bows to the escort and to Mr. Tanuki, and he says, may you gentlemen enjoy the rest of the evening. And he says, as for me, I plan on having a quiet night's sleep and seeing my father first thing in the morning. And he bows again, and he says, I thank you.
Tanuki will bow himself respectively.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then Kazuko will turn around.
And I extend my hand as your... Okay, wait. Oh, by the way, my name, Lyren... Kungi or something. I was looking up Chinese words for things during the last scene, trying to find one for his first name. And I looked up Chinese word for ecstasy, but I could not find an English transliteration.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys. My internet connection gets kind of weird sometimes.
I think
it's no problem.
When Skype real busy, it kind of messes up too.
No, it's for some reason when people call, I have DSL lately. It just disconnects my connection.
I went through that. Yep, I went through the same thing.
It's like dial-up.
It kind of is. Yeah, it's pretty pathetic.
It's almost downloaded, and someone called. God damn it.
Yeah, it used to happen. Every time somebody would call, it would drop. Yep, I went through the same thing.
Nice being old.
Speaking of experience.
Yeah, well, it probably won't clear up itself. I'll leave it at that. It's something that I think you're going to need a new modem. I think that might be an issue.
We've had one for a while, so it probably needs to get a new one.
Yep.
I think we should probably fast forward to Kazuko meeting the father.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay.
Is there something, any way you want me to, anything you want me the father to bring up, or because we were talking, I saw some texts about that arm coming by.
Yeah, I think the father has been working on an alien arm, and that's why he has been ignoring his son. It just probably came in like yesterday. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of fun if the father mentioned something about that to his son, but that's just me.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. All right. So the next morning, I guess a different escort will show up, and to fast forward things, and Kazuko will be escorted to, I guess, the area of the biodome where the corporation has their research center. Okay. And he'll be in a kind of sterile-looking waiting room with stiff, uncomfortable furniture, the kind of furniture that you can't really get comfortable in, so you don't sit around too long. And he'll kind of be looking out of the window over the street and seeing the different, people walk to and fro. And all of a sudden he hears someone clearing their voice behind him, and he turns around, and there stands Senzo Hatari, his father. So he kind of runs, catches himself, and then stops and kind of takes a step forward and bows. Father.
Son.
Okay.
Welcome.
I almost didn't think that you would allow me to see you.
Why would I not allow you to see?
Well, Father, you're always so busy. You really don't have too much time for Mother and I. Or Mother and me.
I spend more time with you and your mother than many of my colleagues do.
Kazuko kind of bows again, and he says, Father, I meant no disrespect. I merely want you to understand how difficult it's been.
What has been difficult?
Well, with all of the training and my studies at the school, and it's just been difficult.
Studies are always difficult. If you are selected in the proper working sphere, it should challenge you. If you were not challenged at your studies, you would have chosen wrong.
Well, Father, that's just the thing. I want to honor our family and to make you proud of me. But it's just been that with the classes that I've had, it doesn't really interest me.
What?
I know that I can, if I put my head to it, that I can excel, but Father, it's just not what I want to do with my life.
Have you spoken to your mother of this?
Okay, Kazuko kind of sighs, and he says, Mother knows, and she didn't want me to upset you or to worry you by bringing this up to you, Father, but
yet you've done so.
She knows, and now you know.
If your mother did not wish us to speak of this, then why speak of it?
Okay, and Kazuko lets his guard down a little bit, and he kind of takes another step forward, and he says, Father, you've got to realize that the other students, the other families, they're whole. All of them are there together, whereas Mother and I are all alone there, and you're here. Don't you understand what it means to have a family together, to have all of us there together?
I understand the importance of having a male role in the life of a growing man. But the work I do here is of great importance. That you must understand.
I do understand. I understand the importance of what you do for the corporation. But why can't Mother and I come here then? Why can't we come live here with you?
This is not a place for your mother or for you. This place, he looks around. Come with me.
Okay. Kazuko will follow.
You probably walk through hallways, high, reaching hallways, men and some women walking past, all busy and none of them sharing politenesses or anything. As you walk a long time through corridors and halls, and as you arrive at a door, your father places his hand on a display and it opens. Step in.
Okay. He'll walk in, and as he steps in over the threshold, the overhead lights, they'll pop on, and he'll kind of look around in wonder and amazement.
Do you know what it is what I do, son?
Father, you know that I've only heard tidbits of what Mother has told me, but honestly, I don't know. Some kind of research is all I know.
Yes. Your studies, they are not what you want to do.
No, Father. Not at all. My pleasure comes from talking with people and helping them sort out problems and issues that they have so that they can live better lives. And I seem to have a knack for that. And also just in terms of communicating with people and actually understanding why they say what they say and how they feel the way they feel. And I don't know if there's a place for me to do that and still honor our family.
You wish to know why people do what they do and why they say what they say. And you have talent for it. He takes a step back from you. Look at me.
Okay, he looks up.
Tell me what you see.
Okay, Kazuko hesitates. He really doesn't want to actually say what's on his mind, but he kind of swallows, gets the lump out of his throat. And he says, he kind of, thrusts his chin out kind of defiantly. And he says, I see a man who doesn't know how to show or express the love and care he has for his family, and who also keeps his family arm's length away because possibly he's trying to protect them from something. That's what I see. And he's waiting for the backlash. Kind of, stiffens himself, waiting for the blow.
What I'm about to show you should not leave this room.
Okay. He nods.
He touches a table that's in the small room, and a projection appears in holographic 3D, above it. And it's a specific, strange-looking, somewhat robotic arm.
Does it have any kind of identifying markings or anything on it? No logos of the corporation or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
It probably does it have, I don't know, does it have scripture of sorts on it? Some text or stuff that we can't, or at least that which could be identified as text things?
Oh, are you asking about the arm in question?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not robotic.
Oh, it's biological.
It's
biological. Oh,
yes.
okay, there you go.
It has an exoskeleton.
Okay.
There are
Well, then
cracks.
at the hologram it might appear robotic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
There's no text or symbols.
Okay.
What is that?
We don't know.
Kazuko kind of almost reaches out as if he could almost touch it, and his hand kind of goes through the hologram, and he says, where did you find it?
I don't know where they found it. It's my job to learn more about it. But I know no one has ever seen anything like it.
Okay. He turns and looks back at his father, and he says, "Father, if anyone realized outside of the corporation what you were working on, this could cause all sorts of problems."
You understand now why I keep your mother and you away from here.
Okay, he can't really take his eyes off of the image, and he kind of looks at it, and is it even remotely? Is it very obvious that it's of alien nature, Tim?
It is definitely non-human. It's
Okay.
2 meters long. It has a dark black exoskeleton with cracks in it. And
Is it 5-fingered, 3-fingered, 6-fingered, 8-fingered?
Oh.
Do we know? If we don't know, that's okay. I was just wondering.
Actually, I don't think I know.
Okay. All right. So can we say it's 6-fingered? Just
Sure.
to say?
We'll say
Okay,
it's 6-fingered.
all right. Okay. All right. Okay.
They have more like a claw-like appearance.
Okay. All right. He'll Kazuko kind of look at it, and he'll wonder out loud. He'll kind of say, whoever. Hold on one second.
Yeah, it was basically found by miners on Ganymede. It's a moon of Jupiter.
Okay, all right. I guess I was getting some kind of ad or something through Skype or something. It was kind of weird. Okay. So as he's kind of looking at it and seeing that it's obvious of alien nature, he kind of thinks aloud, and he says, what of the beings or the species or whatever you may call them, wherever this came from, I wonder how they see us and what they think of us and where they come from. And he turns to his father and he says, those are the things that are important to me. Not necessarily how these people or this species may be a threat to us, but how we appear to them.
We do not know if what we're dealing with will be friend or foe. It will be unwise to look at this from just one angle. If the talents that you have been given would allow you to learn things of whatever it is this arm belongs to, you would do yourself and our family dishonor by not pursuing it.
Kazuko nods. Okay, he looks at his father and looks like there's a ton of emotion welling up inside of him. And he says, I promise to bring honor to our family, Father, and to you.
What you have seen here should never leave this room. Not even your mother should know. But you are my son. I trust this information to you.
Okay. He says, I will hold it inside and tell no one. You have my word.
Good.
Okay.
Is that a good place to end it?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's good.
Did you have fun with that?
Oh, yeah. I hope you guys didn't bore you to tears, but yeah.
I was a little thrown by the role you gave me, but I worked with it.
Well, we're doing improv.
I now have a crazy black sheep my captain dude who, given that he's all proper military guy, is going to be like, I mean, yes, he's less proper now that he's a sociopath, maybe, but a crazy, drunken, druggy cousin shows up. He's going, fuck you. Why does my crew now have to see that I'm related to you? In fact, his first thing might be like, oh, I met you in a bar, stab, before my crew can meet you and go. Also, you might, we can play it, or lampshade it as just, when I introduce myself as Lyren Ying, you, in the second, you didn't really recognize, because that was a minor thing. He only said his name once as you were, like, walking away. But as you hear my name more often, you might go, like, oh, I know this other Lyren dude. Maybe you're related. And they will be like, grrr. No, I'm not. No. Shut up, you're wrong.
Right, plausible deniability, yeah.
Okay, with that, I guess we'll go back to the regular timeline. And, yeah. Do you guys, have you re-oxygenated the cockpit and all that stuff?
Jylan's body out of, Jylan 2's body out of the thing.
Yeah. It's out floating in space.
Pissed everyone off but me. Like, why?
Wow.
So.
You alright, Takazuka?
He doesn't really respond. He kind of looks up and he nods, and kind of leaves it at that, and he just kind of mutters, waste of life. He kind of mutters that and leaves it at that.
Was Kazuko the one who got shot in the face with the plasma gun?
We kept going, and I mean, is my face like plasmized or what? I never.
You had a severe burn. I don't know if I told you how much damage. I think it was like 4 damage, but.
That's okay, because that's considerable, right?
It's pretty considerable, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well,
so you've
yeah,
been in
okay.
pain this whole time.
So you can see, guys, that he has, it looks like he's been trying to ignore it, but maybe as the events, kind of slow down, you can see that he's in bad shape. Close to maybe that he may be going into shock. That's a lot, that's a considerable wound.
Come on, we should get you to med bay.
Okay, he allows himself to kind of be led away in kind of a daze.
Theo will help out with that as well. He'll help him up.
Longveer will slip away, still stealth, and just begin searching the entire ship to make sure there's no extra clones walking around.
There's not a machine just spitting them out.
Yes. And I once, if I'm not needed to help with dealing with Kazuko, which I assume the doctor will be get out of my med bay like he was before. I have another thing I will be doing, but I probably won't go into that until it comes up again.
Longveer would come across the body of Bryce. He seems to be in some sort of shock or coma.
Does he look like he's breathing okay on his own and all that, at least?
Yeah, he looks like he's breathing fine.
Alright, then I hit my little... intercom's working now?
Yeah.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Right. Doctor? This is Longveer.
Yeah, what's up?
I found Signet lying here. He seems to be unconscious, but he seems okay. Do you want me to bring him to the med bay, or shall we leave him jacked in where he is?
He's jacked in?
Yeah.
No, I'll be there shortly. I just need to patch Kazuko up and just don't move him.
Okay, I'll leave him here and continue my search. With that, I just continue on, leaving him there.
What's the captain doing?
Oh, I'm preparing stuff, but anyway, it won't matter until, I'm preparing for the next scene when we have crew downtime, basically, and it won't really come up until then. But we would have a slight montage of me taking tools and, little laser cutters and, minor ones and things, and cutting up, bits of dishes and whatnot, just to make something, but you don't know what the something is yet.
Okay.
I'm not building a bomb to blow the ship up or anything, party treachery, it will be cooler if there's a scene where you don't know what it is yet.
Okay, I guess we'll go back to the med bay then with the doc, Kazuko, and Theo.
Well, I'll be examining Kazuko and. Damn, he got you good, man.
Okay, Kazuko's kind of looking off into the distance, and he once the doctor kind of speaks, he'll his one I guess his good eye will kind of focus on the doctor, and he'll say, what was he talking about? You ripping his heart out?
I kind of look over at the direction of the body and say, you got to understand, Long V and I were resting here in the med bay and we were attacked. This was all organized by this guy. It was kill or be killed, and we weren't sure where all these orders and things were coming from. He was making clones constantly at the cloning machine from himself.
Okay, he kind of. I don't think he can see the body from where he's sitting, and Kazuko kind of look down, and he'll say, that's been going on a lot on this ship lately. Kill or be killed, huh?
Yeah. Listen, I take no joy in it. I want to save lives and keep people alive, but If it's a choice between me, the crew, or one of them, that's the choice I need to make.
And that's sort of the reality is when you're out here on the frontiers. You gotta face that choice every single time.
Exactly.
I guess as you say, Theo, things are different out here. There's a lot that's out of our control. We can't control everything. And I guess all we can do is react to what's put in front of us and try to make the best choices possible, huh?
Oh, I'd say that there's a lot of control. But it just depends on who has the cooler head.
Here, I'll run a scanner over him and probably. Sorry, I forgot the character of your name, Philip.
Oh, Theo.
Theo. Theo will probably notice that the fact that the scanner is running over his face, but there's probably a strange glowish or energy source coming from the doctor's hand, his biological hand, and as the scanner runs over the face, you see the wounds just melt away, and even the bad eye that was struck just, well, seems to clear up as you look at it.
Theo will immediately walk right up to that and he'll say, "Now hold on here, I know that's a bioscanner. Now unless we upgraded our equipment here, which I know we didn't, there's no way that should be possible. What did you do?"
I made some improvements.
Let me see. This is outstanding.
I kind of lock it and hand it to him.
It's locked. Unlock this, please.
Sorry, it's my own little device.
Oh, I see. Trade secret, huh?
You got it.
Well, alright. But this is not going to be the first time I'm not going to ask about this.
How are you feeling, Kazuko?
He looks up and actually smiles, and he says, actually, surprisingly, much better. And he kind of reaches up with his hand and attempts to touch the reformed or healed portion of his face. And like he's almost afraid to, you know. And he kind of touches it and he says, "You're pretty good, Doc."
Oh, thanks.
And he kind of looks at you questioningly like,
Try not to get shot all that often, will you?
I'll try my best.
All right. Now I got to go over see how the other guy's doing. You take it easy, okay?
All right, I think I'll stay here for a minute.
All right. Would you mind getting him something to drink?
Who, me or Theo or what?
Theo, would you mind getting Kazuko something to drink?
Yeah, Theo, help the patient out.
Yeah.
He'll have his hand on the back of his head, like, all right, what do you have?
Just water will be fine for him. Or tea if he wants it, but, well.
Water will be fine, thanks.
If you're going to sit here and look, you might as well help the patient out a bit. I walk off.
Okay. And as soon as you walk off, Kazuko, he'll take a hesitant glance towards the station where the dissected body is, I guess, still lying there with in all its glory. And he'll kind of just stare at it for a moment or two. and he'll slowly slide off the examination table, and he'll give the remains a deep bow, and then he'll turn back around and walk towards Theo and take his water.
Theo, handing you the water, will look at you and say, you really had respect for him?
Theo, everyone, I guess I've come to learn that everyone has a path. Or actually everyone has multiple paths, but it seems as though that we're given opportunities to pick which paths we take. Not all those paths are necessarily smooth or uphill or even downhill, but I'd like to think that we do have a choice. And he kind of looks back at the body again, and he says, but it seems as though not every choice that we make is the best one.
I'll say, he pissed off the doc while he was on the table.
And that wasn't a good choice. So.
All right. So Longbeard, in his exploratory mission, finds no more evidence of any phantom Earther assassins. You've probably gone through all the crates and checked for loose panels, and you've been over the ship top to bottom twice. It seems like there's nobody else here.
Okay. In that case, I immediately head to. Actually, I hit my datacom. Doctor, are you with Signet or are you in the med bay?
I'm on my way to Signet right now.
All right, I'll meet. Thank you, Doctor. And then I will head there and meet the Doctor with Signet.
Okay, when you get there, Bryce just has an open mouth.
Nothing else?
Well, he's breathing, but it's his mouth is like shaped in a kind of like I don't know, just a strange looking facial expression.
He's got the old face.
He has the old face. Yes.
Should we reach in and pull out his tongue?
That's kind of my trademark, so I might as well. No, I start to examine him and see what's going on with him.
It seems like he's having his eyes are moving like he's in REM sleep.
Hey, wake up! No reaction?
His eyes keep twitching.
Damn. All right, then I'll. Do I think it's wise to move him to medbay or just leave him here? What's better?
He doesn't seem like he has any risk of spinal injury or anything like that. So.
All right, excellent.
I will pull off my shroud and kind of come forward and.
Oh, hey,
help the doctor. Help the doctor.
Harry.
Signet.
It's a nice little suit you got there.
It comes in handy.
Yeah. Hey, you want to help me bring this guy to medbay?
Absolutely. That's why I came to meet you.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
You see, I reached down and just easily lift him up like he was a small child.
For a scientist, you got some muscle on you.
Well, I was assigned by the Mavericks as a grunt and scientist.
Nice combination.
I could say it's worked out well for me at this moment.
Excellent.
Shall we?
Over here.
All right. When we arrive in the med station, I'll put him in one of the unoccupied booths, gently laying him down.
All right, I'll run some tests on him, see what's going on. Seems to be in some kind of dorsal state.
Longbeard moves over to the bioscanner and kind of unzips his stealth suit where he got hit by the electrical arm. And he's like trying to click it, trying to get to examine it to make sure there's no injuries. He's like, Doctor, this doesn't seem to be working. Do you have it locked? I need to scan my chest.
Yeah, let me, I scanned it for him.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, well, how bad is the damage?
I think it looks like probably just scrapes, bruising, probably electrical burns, probably third-degree burns on the points where it touched. Could be 2 damage if it comes down.
You'll be fine. Just, I'll give you some stuff to apply to it.
Thank you, Doctor.
No problem. Just, well, I'm surprised you were able to lift him that easy with your stomach and all being bruised like that.
Yeah, you know adrenaline, how it affects you.
I do.
Nice.
Once we apply the salve, is Theo still in the room?
Yeah, where's Theo at?
With Theo and Kazuko? Are you both?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't think we got a chance to really leave. Well, yeah, I'll be there, sure.
Oh,
if it matters. I don't know.
You look much better, Kazuko. Your face is less bleeding, and your eye seems much better.
Kazuko looks at the doctor. he looks at Longbeard and says, yeah, it's all almost back to as good as new, actually.
Yeah, we have one amazing doctor.
Guys, come on, stop it.
I didn't realize that the technology on board this ship was so advanced.
Oh, it
wasn't.
Oh, what? Somebody said it wasn't?
Yeah, it wasn't. I made some improvements.
Oh. Well, maybe that's what all the madness was about. Maybe they thought that there was some technology or something on this ship that was of great importance or something.
Theodine, I'm surprised you're not investigating the damages that were done to the ship. He coldly stares at me and says, I hate you.
Yeah.
You
Giving me busy work all the time.
Yeah. You broke it, you fix it. I think he's either on mute or fallen off.
He must, I don't know, maybe away from keyboard or something.
Oh, yeah. No, sorry, I was talking with the mute. Whoops.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
I know, we missed all that.
He'll look at you and say, yeah. He'll shake his head in a very sarcastic way. He'll say, yeah, I guess I do have a lot of things to fix. Like a pilot. I have to put its hands back on, that way it can actually pilot the ship. A lot of that stuff.
Well, if you need help, as always, I do have some mechanical aptitude.
He'll just begin to walk out and be like, I got this. I'll be fixing things if y'all need me.
So does Theo go up to the cockpit then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the first one in there.
When is Miss Theo?
Theo will find that the navigation system has been locked, and you can't even tell where the ship is going at this point. But it's headed to a specific destination.
I thought we'd locked him out of everything.
You did, but he had done that before you had done anything. Like, it's manual. He jerry-rigged the controls so that it's heading to a certain destination. So that'll give Theo something to work on. With that, I think it's probably a good time to break.
All right.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, because there could be a lot going on.
Can we do the, because I might not remember the final, my little thing next time, so that should be short. Can we get that done?
Okay, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Alright, so whenever anybody wanders into the galley, or where I'm just kind of waiting in the galley, because I've kind of become the ship's cook, I guess. So I'm waiting in the galley, and I have food there. but I also am there in full Ganjin dress uniform, and I have some very crude makeshift medals laid out in front of me. So you just go like, wait, oh, food, I smell food, and then you see me in the dress thing, and you're like, wait, what? And then, what are those, like, pieces of metal that are probably hard? And, I will lock, you can react however you want, but I will lock it to attention as soon as, and salute as soon as, or just stand at attention as soon as you walk in. Which the clicking of heels would probably bring you to notice something different, too.
Okay. Well,
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, yeah.
I have noticed those that have distinguished themselves in the previous battle, and I have taken the liberty of preparing some decorations for you. I have for Longbeer and the Doctor, I have the Order of the Dragon, first class, and I hold up a crudely cut metal dragon that I've, like, spray painted red, or whatever. And for Theo and Longbeer, I have the Order of the, what did I call it, the Phoenix Cross, that was it, the Phoenix Cross. And I hold up the small crosses. I will understand if Longbeer does not wish to partake of these, or if any of you don't, as they are not of your culture, but I thought it worthwhile to show respect as I would to a Ganjin crew.
Longbeer steps forward and bows and then takes them.
So, what do these medals represent?
The Order of the Dragon is for valor and battle and cool thought for you beneath the dock, for you both being surprised and dealing with Grunt in such a and the cloning machine so aptly, and for Longbeer also the forethought in dealing with Zixon. For the Phoenix Cross is for those who have been injured in battle. So I made one for Longbeer and Kazuko, and I'm not sure if at this point you would have informed me of Rice being injured, but if you had, I would have one for him as well.
Very,
all right.
Very touching.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I may need two, though. But yeah, I accept mine and give the captain a deep bow. And
as you're all standing in line with your medals, I salute you like I would if I were at an official medal ceremony. So I go into official mode for a second, and then I turn off. I also made food.
Okay. All right. That's great. Kazuko will definitely dive in, because he's famished.
Yes.
So, I get this straight. Are there any other, like, things there will be rewarded with medals?
Being a good member of the crew, particularly in combat or stressful situations, yes. But getting wounded, yes.
What about patching the wounded guys up?
It's respected, but that's not that's considered your job, just like Theo fixing the ship is considered his job. If you do a specifically amazing job, amazing patch-up job, then like under fire, and you were using jury-rigged tools and so on against all odds, you managed to save this person, then yes, maybe you would get a medal for that, but they're mainly for battlefield things and for things that are considered above and beyond the norm.
I kind of put my arm around Kazuko and say, Exhibit A? I kind of point at his face.
Kazuko smiles with a mouthful of food, and he points at his face and nods.
Oh, yes, I suppose you fixed that. I have not enough knowledge of medicine to know whether that's fixable to a normal degree, but if that's not normal, okay, you did a not normal job. I don't know. I was not a medic. I don't know what medics get. I know how to remove
I put forth that the doctor deserves it. That was definitely work that is beyond the average medical professional.
I will make something.
And I was the one that freed the computer from control. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, that was covered under the Red Dragon thing. Just your valor and forethought in battle, which would include dealing with the cloning machine, dealing with Grunt, and dealing with the computer.
Oh, well, no. Grunt was long V all the way.
Well, you managed to not die. Considering you were bonus.
How about we just give a round of applause for everyone?
Yeah. I guess that should work.
You did shoot the clone in the head.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
So, the hard thing, shooting him in the head, that also is covered.
You shot the clone in the head?
There was a clone coming out of the machine. I shot it in the head, yeah.
Yes, you actually showed intelligence under fire that and didn't let your doctor instincts get in the way. That was most admirable.
I also put forth that Theodyne broke through the hacks and stuff to open the door to the cargo bay, which allowed everyone to use all the other stuff.
Actually, I also went to the toilet this morning, so I don't know what that says, but maybe I should get a medal for that as well.
Kazuko just hands over his medal to the doctor.
Oh yeah, thanks, man.
At this point,
and continues eating.
Laughed barking that. Basically, I kind of look confused and a little offended for a few seconds, and then I'm like, "Oh, the Mavericks are trying to be funny," and I start laughing.
I used the two dragons like row, 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 row. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start collecting these. Should I keep it like a checklist of everything I do, and you can decide if I get another red dragon?
Yeah, I have decided charitably that you're not mocking the practice of medals, that you were trying to make us laugh, and so I am trying very hard to convince myself of that, and you just keep doing this stuff.
Nice. All right. Cool. Nice food.
And sake. Right?
Yes,
right.
and sake that is not cold, because I've actually learned to control my ice thing.
Nice.
So there's a big feast. Theo's probably cursing up in the cockpit.
Yep.
That'll be the end of the session.
Oh yeah, crying or cursing, right?
Both crying and cursing.
Guys, just a heads up, we're heading for a sun. Oh, fuck.
I hope that's not the case.
We'll be dead in 2 minutes. What?
Right. Yeah.
What the hell does this button do?
Season finale, right? Yeah.
Yes, we're
Possibly go wrong.
yes.
All right, guys. So you want to just go around the table again? How about we'll just start with John. What do you think about today?
I like today. I had a question though. And David, in your thing, is that still the last time you saw your father and that planet was destroyed?
Yeah, I was thinking kind of what Tim was talking about, and you guys did such a great job. I figured it might be kind of cool to, as he had the meeting there, perhaps in retrospect, maybe that may have had some the Earther attack upon Phobos may have had some relation to that, to them finding that object. Who knows,
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, that'll be the last time. Yeah, he saw his dad. Yeah.
Maybe that sneaky guy that you were talking to that Phil was roping.
Exactly. I was
an Earther spy.
An Earther spy. Yep. You got it.
Sweet.
Yep. So yeah, there you go. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, yeah. I don't know. I liked it. I was surprised that, I don't know, Longbear with the stealth suit kind of turns into a robot killer. But that's just the way my Kaizen powers work out.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, in some ways, you kind of hurt yourself though, because like you guys are beating up your own bots, but they were reprogrammed.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I didn't want to shoot the guy. And you did like, oh, good, you managed to chop off his hand, and then wait, you threw him against a wall.
Well, I figured once I chopped his hands off, he couldn't do the controls anyways. And there's another reason Longbeard did that. I mean, how many pilots are on this ship?
I mean, apart from him continuing to attack you, which was the main reason, I think.
Well, I could have shut him off after that, but yeah.
You just decided, fuck robots.
Longbeard does not like AI.
Well, no, yeah, I don't like AI, and I also know how many pilots are on the ship, so it doesn't bother me.
Oh, I thought he was the only one that had any ability to pilot us out of the two.
The captain may think that, yeah.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
How about you, Royer?
Yeah, again, good time. It's fun to interact with everybody and stuff, and I like the flashback of David. So that was it was awesome. I had a fun time. I'm gonna be sorry to miss it next week.
Well, have fun at the birthday party.
You'll have to listen to it and then read the recap.
Yeah, you can take and listen to the recap. You know.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to ask you guys. Do you guys all do you actually listen to the thing during the week? Our playback. I don't know if you guys do that. It helps me remember everything that happened.
I do to take notes.
Yeah, I read the recaps, but I don't listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, I tend to listen to it like on a Wednesday.
I do look at
just for me, so I remember everything that happened.
comments, and there never are, which makes my ego sad. But
Wow.
except one from David at one point, which doesn't count.
Right. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to actually listen to the one that you guys did last week because I don't know. I like to, if I can, listen to the whole thing, you know. And and a lot of times if I didn't have time like I didn't in this past week, I'll just have to try to listen to it this weekend. And it kind of worked out because I didn't want to listen to the flashbacks because I didn't want to kind of like in a way spoil it for myself because I kind of had a sneaking feeling that Tim was going to have me still do mine, you know. So I'll definitely listen to it probably tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, and I hope that they will bring back he will bring back some of the NPCs from the flashbacks, so then you'll have the background of them.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
And if your character won't in most of, at least with mine, as you saw with the one I played in your thing, like they're so over the top obvious. It's like we get the dynamic of this dude without knowing any of the backstory.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, how about you, Phil? What'd you think?
Absolutely loved it. I was really glad that we got to do David's character's backstory.
Yeah.
That was I really like the whole flow of the session. It's just really nice. And I actually do listen to the cast whenever it gets uploaded. I actually think it's actually a really cool way to keep notes, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it is a lot to take in, because it's like, around almost 4 hours sometimes. And so I tend to try to skip certain parts and try to get to the more, I guess, important bits.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I really liked it. There's going to be a whole lot of fixing on that ship.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Path of destruction.
Yeah.
I think Theo will probably end up having to take over some piloting, because his piloting dots, he has at least 3 of them. So.
Yes, and at least right now, he's going to have to pilot us away from wherever the hell we're going in our Mrs. Reynolds type of...
Well, Jylan did mention Themis Station. It's operated by the Hellcats, which are the Maverick gang. And, what the Hellcats have to do with an Earther spy, you might not have any idea. But,
I caught that.
Don't care. We don't want to end up there.
Wait,
let's take over another
might have a giant electric net of doom.
Wait, are the Hellcats they're the fighter pilots, right?
They are the female fighter pilots. That's correct.
Oh my goodness!
We're going there definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, there is something funny there with that, because I had made a ally.
Ah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mm-hmm. Layers upon layers.
Layers. It's like an onion, a complex space onion.
Yeah.
Of doom.
You're right, of doom.
Yes. Of various flavors of doom. That seems to be which is pretty much true of all games. They're just various layers and flavors of doom.
Well, I haven't killed any of you yet, so that I should get like a medal for myself.
To survive.
Yeah, really, yeah. That was a close call. I was worried. Tim goes, "Oh, there's a lot of 10s in there," and I went, "Oh."
I'm so dead.
And I was thinking about actually like challenging Jylan in the cockpit to a like honorable Ganjin duel to kill him, and then I'm like, well, I have my Kaizen powers of swordsmanship, but he's like seems to be a sort of a supreme swordsman of doom, so I could very well die if I do that.
That's the thing that really didn't come out is Jylan also had Kaizen powers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wondered that, yeah.
Yep.
Well, now we'll never have to worry about that again.
Yep. Yeah. It would be cool to actually get a chance to use my Blade Kaizen powers, because all I've ever done with my Kaizen powers is have comic fun with freezing stuff. And I now have this entire tree of, I am a badass swordsman, but I never get to use a sword, because one, we don't fight stuff, and two, when we do, I shoot it. Like, I don't see myself really getting in a situation where I would choose to use a sword, unless either somebody challenges me to a duel, the terms of which are swords, or I somehow lose my ability to shoot things. Because just...
Every time that somebody shoots something, I roll a dice. If it's plasma, it might break the hull.
That's what I was going to say, the sword is a good thing to have on the ship, You don't want to blow a hole in the wall, in the hull.
Yeah, I kind of didn't realize about the plasma thing until here did his thing. You're like, oh, wait, fuck, plasma is doom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way you describe it, it's so powerful. It just like leaks right through the floor. Reminds me of like the alien blood.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's what I picture in my head, but like kind of a reddish, fiery melting when it hits. It just kind of bleeds.
That's
right
ugly.
through.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep.
That is bad stuff. Yeah.
So what do you think about the game, Tim?
Yeah, I was gonna say Tim.
I really like how it's going. I really appreciate when you guys pitch in a lot and offer different insights. And sorry, come on, Wes, gotta talk. I like when you guys pitch in and you offer cool things, and I like when you come up with cool little plot devices and things going on, and I'm having a great time running the game. So.
All right, that's good.
Tim, I had one question. Were there actually 2 clones on the ship at the beginning?
Yes, there were. There were 2 clones on the ship from the beginning. That's how there were 2 suits. I like
exactly.
In my GF mind, that was like a glaring hint. But,
yeah, dude, it was.
Sometimes I know when I'm a player, I miss stuff like that like crazy. He couldn't have cloned a suit. You know what I mean? He had to clone. He would have had to be.
I can't even remember him being in a suit last time.
That was one of the questions that we asked. We actually specifically asked that. Because they're like, he was naked sitting there, and then Tim was like, no, he's wearing his stealth suit, he has a sword. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I was like, yeah, I know this. And I'm like, I want that stealth suit in that thing, too. Because I'm greedy.
Basically, the one Jylan gave himself up, saying, okay, you got me.
You got me.
Knowing that there was a second Jylan on board that could still do all the stuff that they need to do.
That son of a gun.
And they detected the oxygen in the barracks going missing. Well, guess what? They were both in the barracks.
Bringing us along.
So that was kind of fun.
Yeah,
cool.
But all right, guys, I gotta get running. I gotta make some dinner. So.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later.
Okay, guys. See most of you next week.
Okay.
Good gaming, guys.
All right. Thanks.